Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, question. For the room and for everybody listening. How comfortable are you around being around naked people?
Oh, not comfortable at all.
Oh,
Not comfortable at all,
Negative.
Mocha? No? Shem?
Don't bother me none, man.
No? Maury?
Oh, really? Wow.
I love it.
Yeah. No, I don't mean dudes.
Oh, then, well, no.
Oh.
Not really.
Okay. Okay. Deepa, you don't even have to answer.
no.
No, okay, yeah,
Don't
that's
want
fine.
it.
So I want to play you this clip and then come back and have a quick conversation. So there's this great clip from Kevin Hart talking to an ex-NFL player named Channing Crowder, who he and his wife go to a nudist colony as part of their hobby. They've worked it into their life. So and listen to Kevin Hart's reaction.
So me and my wife go to a nudist colony. Like once a year, we go to a nudist colony.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's
We go to a place where like you walk in, everybody just gets naked and walks
I heard what you
around.
said.
I didn't know if you
what's
knew
going-
this.
No, I'm just asking you what's going on.
Okay, yeah. So we go to the nudist colony, and we just kind of go around. You got to shave everything and show out.
Back up for a second. I just want to get clear. Something. Y'all just hanging out, or y'all people? Like, what's that?
No. There's swingers there, but you set the precedent.
I
when
get
you
that.
Get
I
there.
don't know why you're not listening to me. I want. What do y'all get down? Is what you're saying?
It's kind of the question, but we don't get down, but we just like to be around naked people together.
You see what I'm doing, bro? I'm out of here.
That's y'all two conversations.
Yeah.
I'm a
Okay,
happy
so they
to
just. So
We just like to be around naked people. The one thing that gets me,
you hear what you're saying out loud, brother?
I hear what I'm saying out loud.
Okay.
So
Wait, you never answered the question.
So I'm fine with it. So when it comes to comfort level being around naked people, because I a couple of weeks ago started going to the gym, right?
Yeah.
And,
Nice.
and I
Congratulations.
told, and
That's
I
amazing.
thank you. And I got home and I told Catherine, I was like 2 wieners today, right? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I saw 2 wieners today in the gym. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, in the change room at the gym, I saw 2 wieners today. I like to do a wiener count, right?
Okay, sure.
And then she's like, what is going on in the men's change room at the gym? Are y'all just walking around naked? And I'm like, well, sometimes like a guy, I almost ran into a naked guy. He was coming out of the shower. His towel was around his shoulder. Right?
Wow.
And we both said, excuse me. Okay? Because she said in the women's change room, it's much different.
Is it now?
And she takes her clothes off in the sort of shower stall and hangs them up in there. And then puts a towel on and everything else. Because she said boobs, you see a lot of boobs, but nothing but like you don't see other stuff, right?
Yo, I've been in the situation like at the gym in the change room, where you do see the guys just fresh out of the shower or about to go into the shower, and like straight up, no towel, no nothing,
No, leg up drying.
In my boot camp, it's a small change room.
Yeah. I used to work out years ago when I worked out in the 90s. Okay. I used to work out with guys I worked with, and we went to a gym. And that gym, the showers at the gym was one pole in the middle of a room with 5 shower heads off the top of that pole.
So y'all got to stare at each other?
Yeah, in a
5 of you?
circle. In a circle.
What was this, jail?
Okay, and I know it was a prison. It was a prison. Okay, so I knew what the wieners of all my coworkers looked like.
I saw my dentist at the gym naked once.
Right? So I knew. For me, it was nothing. I knew what the wieners of most of my coworkers looked like.
Did it ever come up? I mean, like the like outside of the gym,
right? So
the conversation. Did the conversation ever come up?
Of course,
about the fact that all of y'all.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. There was a list.
There was a list.
There was a list.
What was the list?
You know, right?
Like ranking?
Yeah, it was.
Where were you on the list?
What's that?
Where were you on the list?
I don't know where I was on the. I don't know where I was on.
Come
No, I don't know what I was. No, because no.
Wait, you never forget. If
No.
you're on that list,
Pause for 1 second.
you don't ever forget.
Pause for 1 second. The only reason there was a list was because there was a clear number one. Okay, that's the only reason. That's the only reason. But I was so comfortable being around naked people. I didn't even mind being around my coworkers naked. Like it didn't bother me at all.
We could,
right?
I've always suggested it.
No, Maury, that's a whole different thing.
Somebody texted
number one.
Shut up, Sean.
So anyway, that's my question, because I've never even thought of it as anything. Just like I have no problem. Like I'm not saying I could go to a colony, right? Like,
Yeah.
Catherine would never do that, and nor would I ever ask her to do that.
Same.
But if I accidentally wound up at one, which I don't even know how that would happen.
Oh,
but if
we ended up on a nude beach once,
Right.
and didn't know,
right,
and just kept going.
Right.
It
I went
was.
to one.
We were in Spain, and we were doing this hike. It was like a 3 or 4 hour hike, and you have to
Yeah.
go across like 6 different beaches.
Right.
And one of the beaches happened to be nudist beach, and we
Yes.
walked across, and it was just like everything everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just did my best to just stay on course and look straight ahead.
Right.
Did not look at the beach, did not look at the beautiful water, did not look at like the nice scenery, just
Nothing.
straight ahead.
No
Want to
wieners.
get past that beach. And I
Yeah.
find when I'm in the change room at the gym, the exact same way. Like there could be dudes everywhere.
Right.
Everything's out.
Yeah.
And I'm just focused on getting my stuff either in or out of the locker. Okay, that sounded weird.
Said that in a different way.
And then just leave
yeah,
it.
yeah, me too.
Anyway,
Yeah,
shut up.
me too.
Text that we got here. I've been in ladies' change rooms where women just walk around naked all the time.
Yeah, really, huh? I guess it's freeing, I guess. You know, it's a safe space. to a
Roz
certain
at the
extent.
gym being that guy with the foot on the bench.
Wait, hold on. At
No,
the gym,
I'm not the guy with the foot on the bench.
At the gym, are you changing
that.
like at a beach with your towel around you and you're shimmying your shorts down underneath?
No, because I think that's a sign of weakness.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah, I don't do that. No, I don't towel and shimmy.
I go to a Russian sauna and there's naked guys
Oh.
all the time.
Yeah.
I met one of my best friends there.
Anyway, what's your comfort level with random nudity? Because I find this fascinating, because some of the people that I think are free living individuals are actually very uncomfortable with this. So it's 925-555.
Or you can call 416-870-8888.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God, we're getting some hilarious texts right now.
So the question is, how comfortable are you with nudity? And I don't just mean your own. I just mean being around naked people. There was a hilarious conversation Kevin Hart had with Channing Crowder, who he and his wife go to a nudist colony, and just Kevin Hart could not wrap his head around it. And I go home from the gym, and because I see Wiener every day at the gym, right? And it's just not even a thing. Like, it doesn't even register. And I told Catherine, assuming that the women's change room was the exact same, and she was like, no, it's not. It's not at all. We just sit around staring at each other. And I'm like, well, we don't sit around staring at each other, but you just see it, right? It's
up,
present.
dude?
It's present. It's present. And I'm okay with that.
Some text rolling in before we get to our phone call.
Yes.
Way back in high school, when my sister started dating her boyfriend, now fiance, our dad took him to play hockey.
Oh, no.
My poor sister's fiance saw our dad's penis real soon
Oh, no.
into the relationship.
Oh, no.
Because I feel like in that situation, right? Your future father-in-law, like that's all you're gonna think about.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna.
You haven't seen Deepa Thalal's dad or anything like that, eh? No, there's never been a
No.
situation. Okay, just like checking. I didn't know. I don't know.
Oh my God, Deepa! I have never seen the color in your face change so
Like
quickly.
accidentally, like you guys rent a boat. You're no, nothing. Okay, I don't know. I don't know.
Someone else said, "I'm a nurse, so I don't generally have an issue with nudity. However, if it's in a
Good one.
situation where it's not expected, I get a little uncomfortable."
Sure.
Another person said, "I would say keep your bits to you, and I'll keep my bits to me. Unless you're my girlfriend, I don't want to see you naked."
Oh, wow.
It's always the people you don't want to see naked that shake it out at the gym.
I'm happy with anybody. It doesn't bother me at all.
I'm a gym fanatic, reads another text.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, I'm not comfortable. The worst is when people that are comfortable start conversations with you for no absolute reason. They're just there talking to you with everything just hanging out.
No.
And you don't know where to look.
We don't need to do that.
Yeah, I find the eye contact is more obvious in that situation.
Yeah.
If you're caught in a conversation with someone who is like completely naked.
Right.
I talked to Wayne Gretzky when he was naked once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The great one.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
All
I wrote
right.
full-
Yeah, they're good.
Hello, it's Roz and Mocha. What do you want to say?
Hi.
Hey.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So a few years back, I was in Austria visiting a girlfriend, and we decided to go to a spa there. And we didn't really realize it was going to be, I guess, somewhat of a nudist spa. So outdoor pools, indoor pools, saunas, everything, you go in, everyone was pretty much naked. And what was interesting about it is it wasn't just adults. It was people were there with their families.
Mm-hmm.
So whole families, kids, everyone's just naked.
Yeah.
And so completely sort of different experience there. And, I figured let's just go with it. I'm in a different country. No one's ever going to see me again. So I went with it. But I thought it was a really sort of eye-opening, interesting experience.
I went to a nudist colony doing a shoot years ago, and it was the same kind of thing. It was like a family nudist colony, and when you pull up, there was like a family of 6 playing volleyball, nude,
What?
and the dad was like crushing it and celebrating, like high-fiving and stuff.
Damn, what is your name on the phone?
My name's Rosemary.
Rosemary, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for joining our conversation today.
Yeah, thanks so much. Take
Have
care.
a good day.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
925-555 is how you reach out. You can always call us at 416-870-8888. We'll get to your comments and phone call in a second here.
We're talking about your comfortableness around being people who are naked, around being naked, being around naked people, whether it be at the gym or if you and your lover go to like a nudist colony, because people do that. There's a lot of those places, and they are packed. People have worked it right into their lifestyle.
I'm too self-conscious.
Yeah.
I did go to the beach once.
Yeah.
But my husband told me to leave my clothes on.
Yeah. What is it, Deepa?
I have made this observation from going to the gym, and I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but I find that the people who are most confident in walking around naked and make eye contact during conversations are old people.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because they lost
they're the
they don't
ones
have that insecurity.
Yeah, they don't care. Oh, we just lost you there for a second, Deepa. Oh, can't hear you.
We lost your microphone, Deepa, for God's sake.
Oh.
I don't know
what's
yeah.
going on.
But yes, no, you're right. Oftentimes it's the people who have sort of lost that insecurity, which is a freeing place to be, by the way.
Yeah. Text here at 925-555. My husband and I used to be swingers, and we'd go to hedonism in Jamaica and walk freely naked.
That's like
At
next level.
first, I was a bit self-conscious, but seeing everyone be so free and comfortable just made it more liberating. We'd also go on swingers cruises, and I have to say, the swinger community were very accepting of every body type. That it felt
Really?
so freeing. And then in brackets, please don't call me. I know people that listen to this show.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a next step. I think that's like a whole other world as far as like you can be comfortable around people, but actually like wanting to, that's a step that is.
Another text reads, not comfortable with nudity around others. I've experienced ridicule by others in the locker room, even from other family members.
And family members?
Like, that's so mean.
What?
Shem is in shock right now.
Ridicule? Ridicule from family members.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah, hey, guys. Love the show. I played competitive sports growing up.
Yes.
It was just the norm to strip down and take a shower. We didn't think anything of it.
No.
Even in my high school, like they had showers, and I've never used the shower in my high school.
No, really,
way too self-conscious.
Really? See, we had a pool in my school, but we would, if I remember correctly, we would just. Oh my god! I just remembered.
What?
So we had a pool in my junior high school, and you had to do swimming for like a month a year as part of gym. And I remember you were forced to shower afterwards, and it was one big room with shower heads on the walls, right? And we would all shower with our bathing suits on, right? But our teacher didn't.
Oh, see, that's strange. Hold on. But as a teacher, if you see all the other students who still have their bathing suits on.
Yeah.
I think you should also keep your bathing suit on.
No, he lathered
Yes.
right up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wanted to get clean.
Lathered right. God, I just remembered that. So yeah. I saw. Yeah, now that I think about it, like how many gym teachers I have in junior high? About 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw the wieners of 4 of my teachers.
All 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Yes. I'm reading this stupid article. That's so they're going through like habits, right? And it's just one of these things where they're like, hey, maybe your habit isn't that bad for you. Maybe it's good for you. That's completely irrelevant.
Okay.
So, but what drove me crazy was what they considered to be habits, right?
Okay.
So I'll give you one of their dumb examples, right? Habit, chewing with your mouth full of food. They say why it could be good for you because food tastes better, making the aromas easier to smell when you
How's
jam
that
a whole
a
bunch.
habit?
Well, exactly. So here's my thing with this, okay? There's 2 on here where they consider to be habits where I'm like, that's a habit is a stretch.
Okay.
Like cracking your knuckles is a habit.
1, peeing in the shower.
That's not a habit.
Okay, like you may happen to pee in the shower, but a habit would be like I go into the bathroom not ready to take a shower, but I still pee in the shower.
A habit is something that you, over like time, years and years, develop that. It's almost like you have to do that thing.
And it's almost like you do it subconsciously as well. Right?
Like cracking your knuckles or biting your fingernails.
Cracking your knuckles, biting your fingernails, but peeing in the shower, okay?
I wouldn't consider that a habit.
No, because if it was a habit, then I would do it at other people's houses too.
Yes.
Right?
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
But the one that made me feel so bad on this list.
Oh, wasn't the peeing one?
No.
Oh.
The one that they consider to be a habit where I'm like, oh, come on now.
Oh, why?
Okay?
Is it because you do this?
The one habit that they say could actually be good for you, the habit they say on the list is sweating.
No, you just can't help that. That's just biology.
Right?
But also a habit is something you can control.
Yeah,
you can't control sweating.
No, like chewing gum isn't a habit, right? Slouching is on the list.
I wouldn't say that that's a habit.
A habit, like it would meaning I would be sitting up straight, and then I'd
And
be
then you
like,
choose
and then I choose
to slouch. Nobody
slouch.
chooses to slouch.
Right? It's
is snacking a habit?
Chewing gum is. Chewing gum's on the list. Sleeping in is on the list.
No, it's
here's one for you. More playing with your hair.
Oh,
I've started to play with
yeah.
my beard.
Yeah. How does that feel?
Fabulous.
Yeah. You like it?
Yeah, although I went to a family thing and everyone loved it except my aunt.
Why? What'd your aunt say?
In front of her, she's like, I hate that.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's something you'd keep to yourself.
You know, I don't keep people in my life who would look at me and point at anything and go, I hate that. They're long gone. They're long gone. Like aunt or no aunt. I'm sorry. If you got a person in your life that points at you and says, I hate that, well, first of all, you'd be single right now more. So maybe don't follow those rules.
Yeah.
What didn't she like about it?
She just says that it just looks gross.
Really?
Oh, damn.
Gross.
A family member telling you
You're gross.
Oh, man, it's a bad habit.
That's when that's like my grandmother told my brother that his face finally grew around his nose because she always told him that he had a big nose. Yeah.
Oh,
your face finally caught up with your nose.
Wow.
Yeah.
People can be so mean.
Yeah, savage. My grandmother was savage with that stuff. Like, no joke.
Was she from Montreal?
Oh, of course she was. Of course she was. She also peed in your shower.
You can't blame her. It's a habit.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Dean, hello. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, buddy. What's your problem?
My fiance is trying to pick who my best man will be for the wedding.
Oh, my God. You wrote us this. Roz and Mocha fixed my life. I'm getting married next month to my soon-to-be wife. And with all the wedding planning, it was all going well until last week when she asked if her brother could be my best man. Her brother and I haven't really gotten along all that well, but she thought that having him as my best man would, quote, build our bond as future brother-in-laws. I absolutely do not want this to happen because, one, we don't get along, and two, I already asked my best friend of 17 years if he could be my best man, and he said yes. Should I make my fiance's brother my best man to keep my wife happy, or keep my best friend as my best man and risk damaging my relationship with my fiance? I will say this, brother, Dean, If your relationship cannot handle you having your best friend be your best man at your wedding, your relationship is not going to be able to handle much.
Right.
Well,
Doomed.
I mean, what does she say about the fact that you already asked your best friend to be your best man?
She didn't really care. She just wanted her brother to be my best man.
Bro, okay, I'm going to say this again. If your relationship, if you're worried that that you having your own best friend be your best man is going to be damaging to your relationship is not going to be able to survive anything.
Have you gotten into fights with your fiance over the fact that you don't want her brother to be your best man?
Yeah, we've had like a couple of fights.
Really?
But she's pretty persistent on it.
Have you asked if your mother could be her maid of honor?
No.
Yeah, bro, your relationship is doomed.
That ain't right. If she can't accept the fact that you asked your best friend of 17 years to be your best man and he said yes, like if she can't accept that, something is wrong. Like that ain't cool.
This is how you want to start things?
I don't know. So what should I do?
Bro, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you, your relationship's not going to last.
Oh.
Is your future brother-in-law, like, is he in the wedding party at all?
Yes, he is. He's in the wedding party.
Oh, so that's fine. What the hell, man?
This is the beginning. Okay, look at it this way.
man.
Look at it this way, okay? I know that we can all sit here and go, oh my God, it's completely irrational that your fiance would force her brother that you don't even get along with to be your best man, okay? You have to look at it this way, though. This is where it starts.
Right.
What's going to be the next thing?
That's true. I haven't really thought about that.
Is she
I don't know.
a pretty, I guess, controlling person in your relationship?
I wouldn't say she's controlling, but yeah, she does have her moments where she likes to take over.
During the planning of the wedding, how many decisions has she come to you with to say, hey, I need your help with this. What do you think?
She hasn't really done that to be much.
No, guys get very little say, and that's fine. Listen, you let your fiance and her friends and her family and everything else do it all up. That it's wonderful for them, and most guys are happy to just you have a little bit of say on maybe what they wear, and let me eat the food before let me have a little say in maybe dessert, right? That's fine, and I get all that, and I'm not saying every bit of planning in a wedding needs to be equal. However, you are contemplating committing to spending your life with somebody who won't allow you to have your own best friend be the best man. The one sort of decision that you get at your wedding, which is who's going to be my best man. Well, obviously my best friend is 17 years, and your wife, your fiance came in and said, no, it has to be my brother who you don't get along with.
What's going to happen when you tell her, or if you say, I am absolutely not having your brother as my best man, I'm sticking with my best friend?
Oh, I think we'd get into like a massive fight over that. I'm just trying to keep the peace.
Does that seem rational to you?
I mean, it doesn't seem rational, but you got to keep your wife happy.
Yeah, but at what cost though?
You're right. I haven't really thought about that.
Are you how many times resentment is going to set in? I give you less than a year. Within a year, resentment is going to set in. Because this is something that maybe you're looking at right now of, keeping her happy and, maybe it's no big deal. But to actually bend and have somebody who you actively dislike, not even somebody that you're indifferent about, but actually somebody that you don't get along with, be forced on you as your best man, this resentment is going to set in with you in less than a year, and your entire relationship is going to be doomed.
Yeah, you guys have made me realize now that it's not that good. I thought that was just normal for relationships, but I guess not.
No, man.
No.
I think, for me at least, if I were in your shoes and I said, yes, my future wife's brother could be the best man, the wedding day, that's all I'd be thinking about, man.
Yeah.
You're going to look over and you're going to want to see your best friend standing there, and you're going to see a guy that you don't even like standing there in his place, and it's going to ruin your day.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have even made him a groomsman.
So how do I tell her?
You just tell her.
Okay.
And then when when it turns into a big fight, you're like, this shouldn't be this defining between us. Like, I'm sort of stuck on right now how you're even asking me to have a best man who is, I get it's your brother, right? But we don't get along. and this is my wedding too. I get very few decisions in this, and that's fine, and I'm all good with that. But, at least, picking my own best man is one that I thought that I could make, sort of on my own and have it be respected because he is my best friend. And I do love the guy. We've been friends for 17 years. Your brother does not like me. Why would I want him as my best man?
And he's already in the wedding party, so.
Yeah, which I wouldn't have done.
Yeah, well, you guys have made me realize that I should definitely be telling her about this stuff.
Yeah,
and,
man.
I will bring it up.
Because if you say yes to this will never end for you. You are going to bury yourself under agreeableness until you can't handle it anymore.
Okay.
And I think you need to, if that wedding is coming up next month, you need to have that conversation today.
All right, I will. I'll do
All
it
right.
today.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
All right,
well,
buddy.
good luck with that.
All righty. Thank you very much.
If you need a place to crash, call Maury, not me, okay?
Thanks, Dean.
All right, thanks. All right, bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Man, the internet went in on this nurse practitioner the other day. So what's that saying that every day there's a villain on the internet and your goal is to just every day not become that person? Something like that. So on TikTok, people do all sorts of videos and the goal is to go viral and then the goal is to maybe promote your company and the goal is to all of these things, right? And there is a nurse practitioner at a Laguna Beach who is somebody who does like fillers and injections and all of this stuff, right?
Sure.
That's how she makes a living.
Laguna Beach.
Yeah. And she did a TikTok where she used the face of Natalia Dyer, who is Nancy on Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
So she's
Is it
on
Natalia
her...
or Natalie? Natalie?
I thought it was Natalia, isn't it? I could be wrong.
I
So
think it's Natalia, yeah.
Yeah, so she's sitting there with Nancy's face behind her, right? And then this nurse practitioner is talking about all the things that she would do to sort of fix her, I guess. I don't know. And then and then at the end there's sort of like a photoshopped version of what Nancy would look like with all of these suggestions. So here's the original video.
All right, guys, let's talk about Natalia Dyer from Stranger Things. First of all, she killed it in Stranger Things, and if you don't like Stranger Things, we cannot be friends. So, if I was Natalia's injector, this is what I would do. I would actually add a little bit of chin filler just to help fill out her chin and make her whole face more of like a heart-shaped. Next, I would add a little bit to the lips, just a nice pout. We'd get in there and do a little bit of Botox. I'd give her a nice brow lift to help open up her eyes. All right, let's see what the final product would give us. Ta-da! All right, how do we like my Photoshop skills? As we can tell, her jaw is slimmer, her chin is more pointy, and her eyebrows are more lifted, and gotta love that pout. Do we love it? Do we hate it?
Oh, my.
Okay,
no.
so-
That's
No.
like straight up cringe.
So-
How dare you, lady?
Well, I mean, listen, there's a business there's a business for this, right?
If Natalia Dyer had reached out to her and said, hey,
sure,
I'm thinking of doing something. What could you suggest?
Right.
And then she went and did this video.
But you have to understand, I'm not defending this woman at all, but the model for this is, right, you get people where they will take a picture of, Hugh Jackman, and they're like, hey, I am a personal trainer. You want to get Hugh Jackman's shoulders, right? Like, people use these celebrity photos as examples because they're recognizable. Everybody knows who they are. They get it. But there's like a line that people don't see, and you can't take somebody like Natalia Dyer's picture and then say, here's how I would fix her face.
Right.
Right.
That's
Now,
because your Hugh Jackman comparison or example, right? Like Hugh Jackman is known for working
but
out.
People
and,
use celebrities' bodies as examples for everything, right?
But the Hugh
It's what
Jackman
they
one
do.
would make sense because he works out.
Sure,
So you want to
but-
get big like Hugh
Positive
Jackman,
thing.
right?
Yes.
But for Natalia Dyer,
Right.
she never asked for any of this.
No, nobody asked for any of this. So anyway, everybody went in on Miranda Wilson. And do you think, so I'm going to play you her sort of like her follow-up video because she deleted the hell out of this one, right?
Of course.
Now, do you think in her follow-up she takes it all back and fully apologizes? Do you think that she justifies what she said, or do you think she grovels and asks for mercy?
Number two.
Number two.
I don't think she's aware enough. She may have seen the backlash, but now she's out here to defend.
Yeah.
That's what I
Okay,
think.
so here is Miranda Wilson.
So I just wanted to come on here and basically clear the air. I did not mean to offend anyone, including Natalia. I was simply just offering suggestions, not on what you have to do, just on what the possibilities are. As an advanced injector, that's what we do. We look at faces, we assess, and look at the possibilities, not on what you need to do or what you have to do. They're simply just options.
Okay, so
Yo, also
That ain't it.
that ain't it. That ain't it, Deepa.
Tell the tone in her voice. She's defeated. She's
However,
defeated.
but you know, like, did she accomplish what she needed to accomplish? Though that's the thing. You know, down in Laguna Beach, like, is she gonna have customers, you know, at the door now? Because
I think she will have.
I don't know, but it was on Photoshop. It wasn't even like, here's a procedure, like before and after. It's
No.
like, hypothetically in the situation,
Yeah, why
if I
not
Photoshop
use?
it, like,
Why not use like a celeb? Like if you're going the celebrity route, right?
Right.
Why not use the example of a celebrity that you've already done work with?
Because
done work
no
on?
doctor would ever do that with a patient that they've already done work with. No, nobody's going to give them permission to do that.
True.
You know?
We're all supposed to think they look like that naturally.
Like,
Everybody
otherwise,
knows that
you
they all
don't think
don't.
the doctor that did Kim's ass wouldn't have commercials during the Super Bowl saying, "Hey, I'm the guy that did Kim's ass."
Hey.
Here's how much it. Here's how much
It's
it costs.
all natural.
Thank you, Deepa.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
It's
All
like
right.
straight up natural.
Oh, for God's sake, there's nothing natural about that. And I'm not saying that that's wrong or anything like that, but I'm just saying that doctors, you don't generally see doctors using their patients.
Has anyone gone to Miranda Wilson, this doctor, this skin specialist, to her TikTok page to see if like people are still
she's getting killed.
Just still on like older posts because she deleted the original, right?
Oh, yeah. I think that's mean. I think it's mean to do that because I've been in that world before. Where I think that if I post something that you don't like, right, you can hate on that, but you can't go to like a picture of like something else, of a beautiful sunset, and start hating on that. Okay, there's rules. Okay, there's rules. There's rules, and just like and also if you're pissed off at me on Twitter, you can't go and hate me on Instagram. Okay, you can only allowed to hate me on Twitter.
Keep it on one,
right?
on one platform.
Pick your
specific. It's platform specific.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello.
Yo, Armando, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, what's going on?
Armando, listen, am I saying that right, or is it like straight up Hermando?
It's Hermando.
Oh, okay. See, here I am trying to think. I'm thinking like I'm saying it like the way that it's meant to be said, but straight up. Okay. So, Hermando listens to the Roz and Mocha Show a lot and texts in to the show a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I have to read this text from Hermando. Does the voice sound familiar, Roz?
No.
Oh, I knew it. Hermano said this. Yesterday, I had a brief 10 to 15 second encounter with Roz, and I'm just curious if my reaction was normal with other encounters.
Yes.
What was your brief interaction with me?
You were turning on the Jarvis, and I was in a big green truck.
Like you want to know like whether that interaction was like normal?
No, for me.
Do you remember his reaction? What was your reaction?
When I first noticed it was Ross, the first thing I did was yell, "Shut up, Maurie."
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the thought after that, well, I said, well, that was kind of dark. And I said, well, it's not dark in here, it's sexy. But then, you know, as he went by, he put up the finger pinky, you know, surfs up sign with his fingers.
Yeah.
And he had his hat on backwards. So and then in my head, I'm like, okay, well, it's true. He really is a smooth, cool dude.
This is why I hate meeting fans, right? Like even while I'm driving, I hate meeting fans. This is why. You know how I always say that my windows are tinted like so thick, black, like you cannot see in my truck. This is why. But we have to use our stupid pass card to get out of the building, right? So my window happened to be down when I pulled out of the parking garage, and I saw Hernando in his truck and got made immediately. And then of course 24 hours later, here we are getting goofed on.
So was the meeting, the encounter, everything you thought it would be, Armando?
No, I thought he'd be more grumpy and not say hi or anything.
Oh.
Acknowledge that, someone noticed him.
Wow. Like,
Man, I'm so glad you texted.
Like it was like 2 seconds. I'm making a left turn. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? I pass that building 2-3 times a day, and I hope to see one of you guys out there just so I can kind of see if the hype is really true. You know what I mean?
Okay. And was it?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Amanda, you're the best. Thank you so much for texting and
Wow.
thank you for listening every day.
Thank you guys for being on the air for so long.
Yeah, great fans.
Later, dude.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Reading the story on this arranged marriage that went horribly wrong in India on the wedding day.
Do they ever go like wonderfully right? Generally?
Maybe. I don't know. I
guess.
I know some success stories from arranged marriages. So
Do you? Like, and
Guess
where
it
they
just
where they
depends.
didn't know each other at all?
I mean, not that like they didn't know each other and they met each other on the wedding day. It's like they maybe met a couple times and then went from there.
Are they really happy though?
I guess. I can only go off of what they say, which is yes.
True.
So they had the multiple day celebration, right? Multiple events. So the groom at one point before they were to get married was because there was just so much happening, right? Started to get dizzy and then he fainted and his wig fell off.
Oh no.
And the bride realized that he was bald.
Oh no. Yeah.
And her family realized that he was bald.
Right.
And the wife was, well, not the wife yet,
Yeah.
but was so distraught over everything. She refused to marry him and ended everything right then and there.
Because he's bald?
Because he's bald.
Yes.
And felt like they should have, or his family should have let her know and her family know.
Right.
And it got to the point where the police were called.
Jesus.
To mediate between these families, where the bride's family said, listen, we paid X amount of dollars for this wedding and for all the celebration. The least y'all could have done was tell us that the man's bald.
Right. Bald men is, I say this all the time, man. Bald man is the last thing that you can still openly and proudly discriminate against and get public support. Right? This story goes, everybody's like, yeah, you go, girl. If it was reversed, if she tripped and her wig fell off and he was like, whoa, it's over, this guy would be murdered.
Yeah.
Murdered. But goofing on bald men is still it's the last thing you can do. You can't make fun of fat people. You can't do any of that, right? Which is fine, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna you listen, we all know what hurts and all the problems that people have and everything else, right? Bald men, okay, the last.
I know.
They are the last.
Yo, you know how many bald guys listening right now? Being like, yo, preach, brother.
Right?
Preach.
They are the last. Right?
Look, I think this situation, though, is just, I get where she's coming from because it's already a surprise. You go, you don't know who you're marrying, you see them for the first time. That's surprise number one. And then when they go home, like he's obviously going to take off his wig, and that's surprise number two. So I think everything happens for a reason, and there's a reason he fainted so that she could get out of the marriage. So.
I think
I
that
don't know, man.
I feel like he could have kept it to himself for a little bit longer. Like, you know how many times we've talked to people on this show
Bro.
who have said like they've kept this secret, like not big secret,
Yes.
right? But like minor secrets from their partner.
Yeah.
Right? From their husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever.
She finds out he's bald, and then the next thing you know is that he's found dead because she strangled him with her padded bra and Spanx.
This escalated very quickly.
You know what I mean? What do you mean you're lying to me?
Yeah.
Jeez.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, I'm so pissed off at Instagram.
What happened now?
They changed it.
Again?
Look at my Instagram.
What's wrong with it?
It's black.
Yo, man.
Yo, shut up, Shem. You know what I mean? Okay. Don't play me like that. They changed it. This is my feed.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
See-
what Instagram is doing.
Uh-huh.
God damn it. Hold on here. Let me get back to it.
See,
and everything is changed now, right?
My
like,
Instagram has looked like that forever because every app that I use on my phone,
Right.
I switch it over to dark mode anyway.
Right. What is going on? What am I listening to?
Oh, that's mine. Sorry.
Oh.
folks.
What are you listening to?
Sorry. That was just one of the wrestling.
So yeah, but you shouldn't though.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't what?
You
Don't
shouldn't have
tell me what to do.
shouldn't have an absolute black screen with white text.
Wow.
Because it's not good for you.
It's been working for me so far.
Yeah, it's not good for you. I remember when I had eye problems. Remember when I got shingles in my eye?
Yeah,
and my
yeah,
eye
yeah.
got all messed up and it's all warped?
Yeah.
Shut up, Shem. Okay. I know you had something to say. Just don't. Okay. It's all bent and curved. Right?
Listen, if it works, it works.
So they've changed Instagram, and so that's not the only change that they've done on Instagram, right? So the other thing that they did was, so if you look, this is my main home screen, right?
Yeah.
And then so Instagram is now going to full frame video, so it looks like TikTok.
Yes, they announced that like
Right?
forever ago, and I remember the beta version was available for some people.
Yes.
And the beta version ended up on my phone. So my phone had all the posts that were full frame for like a week, and then somehow, I don't know how the tech works, my Instagram went back to the old way that we all kind of knew over the past couple of years.
So here's the real, I mean, having everything in black, it's just, I just won't read that anymore, right? Because I just can't. But here's the real,
Just put your readers on.
the real update. No, I can't read white text on a black
Oh,
background,
okay.
right? It ghosts. And then if I read white text on a black background, as soon as I put my phone down and I look at something else, all I see in the world, if I look at the wall of the TV, is the white text.
I'm sure there's a way to change it on your phone, though.
No, there's no way to change it on your phone.
I'll have to look into that because
there is no
I
way.
purposely made mine.
But my phone isn't on dark mode. My phone is on light mode. But
No, it's an
Instagram,
Instagram setting. If you go into settings, I'm sure there's an
Yeah.
appearance.
there is no way to change it back.
Have you looked?
Yes, because the other thing that Instagram is doing, which now drives me even more crazy than the black screen,
Here we go.
is the fact that Instagram now wants to be like TikTok. So when you go onto your home screen, you no longer see pictures and videos of people you follow. Instagram now wants you to watch content from people you don't follow, like TikTok.
Right.
So those people that you follow are still there, but the vast majority of my home screen on Instagram now is populated by people I don't follow.
And the thing that you probably won't see because of the white text on the black background is that, because I get that now as well, in tinier text, it'll say, because you've watched this reel
Right.
from whoever, we're pushing this other
Right.
reel to you right now.
Right.
They're pushing more reels
Yes.
to people because
By people I don't follow.
Exactly. Or by a reel that maybe you have watched just because it popped up like on the Explore page or whatever. Like you have no
I
relation.
never go to the Explore page.
Oh, really? Okay,
Never.
so I do.
I've never once gone to
so
the Explore
I get
page.
a lot of those other feeds because I watched one reel
Yeah.
from somebody who I don't even follow.
But you already have the Explore page to go and watch stuff from people you don't
Exactly.
follow.
But
On my
because
home
they're pushing
screen,
this new format.
but on my home screen, I want to look at content from people that I follow. I
Yeah.
don't want it populated by videos from people that I don't follow.
So I watched when Instagram made that announcement. It was like the CEO, he put out a video, right? And I watched all these other YouTube videos from like content creators and photographers and people who are like legit pissed because the ones who use like Instagram to push their business, photography or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And now they have to change the landscape of how they take photos because now your traditional way of viewing photos on Instagram will be changed to that TikTok frame.
Everything is 9
full
by
screen,
16. Yeah.
right? So they have to now change the way they take photos in order to fill that screen so people will see more of the picture.
Yeah.
It says if you go under settings and then go to theme, you can change the theme.
No, there is no such thing as that.
I just Googled it.
Yeah, there's no such thing as that.
Did you look?
Trust me. Yeah, I tried everything. So if you go to settings,
Because mine's
Go to
all
Instagram.
black too.
where
Yeah, it's not there.
if you go on settings, there's no thing called theme.
Yeah, no, it's not there anymore.
It's not there.
Huh. See, like I said before, all of my apps on my phone are switched over to dark mode because I just
Yeah.
like that look. So
Really, huh?
it's been that way. Like I'm used to it.
Yeah. So RIP Instagram for me.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, not happening.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I might as well just start following Maury.
Oh my God, could you?
You know what I mean?
You just follow and then just hit mute account.
What the hell did you send me? Are you acting now on Instagram? You sent me something where it looks like you're doing acting on Instagram. Are you
no,
acting?
I'm a TikTok creator.
What does that mean?
Like I'm doing fun content on TikTok.
But you're sending me Instagram stuff.
Oh no, I posted on Instagram as well.
Oh, okay. But what are you doing? Like it's acting, though, right?
No, it's like so on TikTok, people, if you find something funny, you can use the same audio and just mouth along.
Oh, see, because I don't listen to it.
It's a skit.
Oh, so what are you mouthing along to?
So it's like, when you get like an
something.
Amazon package and they want a picture of it, right? So like
Right.
the model's like, so the delivery guy's like, can I get a picture? And she's like, oh, yes, of course. And then she puts the box down and then
Okay.
poses.
Oh, here.
Yeah, no worries. No, if the package. Oh, sorry. Honestly, mate, you don't have to do that. Just the package is fine.
Oh, I got you. Oh, it's like a lip sync thing, right? Is that what you're doing?
But all the comments are about my beard.
Hold on.
French's has released the Frenchsicle.
This is what he sends me. What was the Frenchsicle?
Oh, it's a ketchup popsicle.
Oh, for God's sake. And does that do well for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, good. Listen, man, I'm not going to say don't try and do well on social media, but okay, I'm going to unfollow everybody and start following Maurie. I know, Maurie was so disappointed.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the Kardashians are out here doing the hard work for all of us. So somebody had posted the other day after Instagram started making all those changes, quote, make Instagram again. Stop trying to be TikTok. I just want to see cute photos of my friends. Sincerely, everyone. And then both Kim and Kylie agreed with that statement to the point of where when they now jump in on the Instagram hate, CEO Adam Moresi had to actually make a video addressing the changes to Instagram because Kim and Kylie agreed with the sentiment of make Instagram again.
If you're seeing a new full screen version of a feed or you're hearing about it, know that that is a test. It's a test to a few percentage of people out there, and the idea is that a more full screen experience, not only for videos but for photos, might be a more fun, engaging experience. But I also want to be clear, it's not yet good. And we're going to have to get it to a good place if we're going to ship it to the rest of the Instagram community. The second thing I'm hearing a lot of concerns about right now are photos and how we're shifting to video. Now, I want to be clear. We're going to continue to support photos. It's part of our heritage. I love photos. I know a lot of you out there love photos too. That said, I need to be honest. I do believe that more and more of Instagram is going to become video over time. We see this even if we change nothing. We see this even if you just look at chronological feed. If you look at what people share on Instagram, that's shifting more and more to videos over time. If you look at what people like and consume and view on Instagram, that's also shifting more and more to video over time, even when we stop changing anything. So we're going to have to lean into that shift while continuing to support photos. The third thing I want to talk about is recommendations. Recommendations are posts in your feed from accounts that you do not follow. The idea is to help you discover new and interesting things on Instagram that you might not know even exist. Now, if you're seeing things in your feed that are recommendations that you're not interested in, that means that we're doing a bad job ranking and we need to improve. And you can X out a recommendation. You can even snooze all recommendations for up to a month or go to your following feed. But we're going to continue to try and get better at recommendations because we think it's one of the most effective and important ways to help creators reach more people. We want to do our best by creators, particularly small creators, and we see recommendations as one of the best ways to help them reach a new audience and grow their following.
No, just go back to the OG style.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't like.
I like the recommendations,
But that's what TikTok is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I also like it on Instagram because then otherwise, like, I might miss something that I find cool, but I don't want to follow that person, so stuff just pops up, and I'm like, hey, that's neat.
I feel like it just clutters my feed. So I did exactly what the CEO of IG recommended, and I canceled it for a month, and then once the month is up, I'll go and cancel it again.
Really? So what do you do? Explain it to people.
So when it shows up on your feed and it says because you liked or you
which is my
checked
whole
out
feed lately
from this account, an account that you follow, they'll say here's something that we think you may like, and then there's a little X just to the right of all that text that you could press that X. And then it will give you a list of options. Yeah, Shem's got it there. And then there's one of the options where it was like mute this or mute all the recommendations for 30 days.
Right. I don't know how to do this. I'm stuck with it for life.
What do you mean? You don't know, I just literally
I just
explained
clicked
everything.
something and then it just asked me if I wanted to remix this reel. No, I don't want to remix the reel. I don't know how to do anything on Instagram. I'm stuck now. I'm stuck.
To explain it any
I
more
don't
simple.
know. You did. I'm not. Listen, it's maybe it's not you.
Yeah.
It's me. Okay.
And
Right.
Shem showed you literally like
And he
this is
showed
what it
you on
looks
this.
like.
He's not wearing his readers.
I
You
don't
can
have
see.
my readers on. Anyway.
Oh.
Okay. Stop it. I don't know.
Keep them on at all times. You're at that age and stage where you need them, Roz.
Thanks, Deepa. Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks for the recommendation.
He doesn't know how to use Instagram, and he needs readers. People, this is
Exactly.
just...
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let me ask you a question because we're all supposed to know better. Are tan lines still sexy?
Yeah, why?
Are they?
Depends on where the tan line is.
I don't mean like a farmer tan on the
No.
arm.
I think a butter tan is very sexy.
But are tan lines still sexy? Because we're all
why?
supposed to stay out of the sun. We're all supposed to like lather up with SPF 50, and we're all supposed to do those things, and we all know the dangers
But you
of
can
it and,
still get
and
a
everything
tan
else.
even when you're SPF'd up.
No, not really.
I do.
Not like you're supposed to. Not like a crisp tan line.
Doesn't mean that it's not sexy just because it doesn't follow the rules.
SPF all the time, and
Yeah.
my arms still get dark.
Yeah, but not like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you know, like when...
Like back in the day when I
like
used to
back in
use like the oil?
Yes.
The sun oil?
Like,
Oh,
yeah, and you would,
man.
cause I would deliberately get those tan lines. Like,
Yeah,
I would,
yeah.
like, I remember like adjusting like my bathing suit down, right? So it was like, and I would be like, it was perfect. It was a perfect crisp line because I was under the impression, because of the, I don't know when I grew up, but tan lines, like I come from a generation where tan lines were sexy.
Why are
And
you asking?
because it was so sunny this weekend. And I'm
Yeah.
wondering, because normally, like, I would have.
Oh, you weren't getting the compliments that you...
No, it's not that I wasn't getting the
There's nobody
you were
around to
hoping
give you the
for?
compliments. You don't see
No,
people.
I don't have them anymore, right? Like I don't have them
But
anymore.
I saw some great tan lines on the island. Oh my goodness!
Really? So they are still sexy. So
Oh, but
people
depends
still,
because like I'm not a big fan of
no,
like
says Deepa.
I'm not a big fan of short tan lines. Like if you're wearing shorts and you see the tan line on the leg.
Oh, because you're tanning. You're only tanning your knees at
But
that
I like
point.
Speedo tan lines.
Oh yes. See, same here. No,
Wait,
Deepa. You're a no
none,
on tan
Deepa?
No,
lines.
I think it, especially if it's unintentional, like over the weekend, like you said, it's really hot. So I have a weird sock tan line. Like, so from where my pants are to where my feet are, where my socks and my shoes are covering it, it's like all different colors. So when I was in the shower, I was like, oh my God, like, I don't know if I want my husband to see this. So I just put socks. My God,
You're embarrassed? You don't even want your own husband to see your tan up
I
legs?
just know it looks ridiculous because if I think it looks ridiculous, somebody else is definitely going to think it does. So yeah.
Have you
I
seen
say
the
no.
mask tan lines? People that still wear their masks while sun tanning,
Oh.
and they get like the lines where the mask goes around their ear and a big circle around their mouth.
Deepa, it was 40 degrees on the weekend. What were you wearing socks for?
Oh, with my shoes, I wear like if I'm wearing my running shoes or whatever, I wear my socks. Why is that weird? Is
I
it?
don't know. To me,
Guys
it
wear
was
socks
too-
with their sandals.
To me, it was too hot for socks.
No, I wore socks. I wore socks on Saturday.
You did?
Yeah.
You wore socks?
Yeah. When
Do you
we
have tan
went
lines like
for-
Deepa?
No, because
No?
I wear the what do you call them? The no-show
Ankle
ones.
socks.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
I wear those.
But
when
I
put
wear
my sneakers on.
big socks. Yeah.
Maury wears wool socks all summer long.
I know, it's
Super
so
weird. Super
weird.
weird. But yeah, I miss tan lines. I really
Can
do.
we see them
I
then? Let's
miss-
give you a
No, I
compliment.
don't
Stand
have
up.
any. I
Let's
don't have
see
any
them.
tan lines. I
Oh,
don't,
so you don't
like
even
I
have
used. I grew up with girls where in the summer they would have those little stickers of the Playboy bunny that they would put on their stomach before they tan.
Oh my! I knew a guy that did that
Of course he did. Of course he did.
on his butt cheek.
On his. Oh my God. Yeah, no. And I was just wondering because I sort of miss tan lines, and I know that we're all supposed to be better than that now, and we're not supposed to lie out in the sun and suntan and get that good base. You know what I mean? Like all those lies that they told us, right? Go to the tanning bed so the real sun doesn't burn you, right?
feel
All those lies. All those lies.
Right,
I
you put
know.
some after sun in after.
I know.
Don't worry
Catherine and I
about
were
it.
talking about it this the other night. As horrible as tanning beds are, because tanning beds are horrible. Like you're baking your insides, right? I still say, and horrible. I will never go in another one again. I don't think anybody should ever go in a tanning bed. But I will say this: 20 minutes or 15 minutes in a tanning bed in February fixes a lot of problems.
Like what?
Like your body, you
just feel nice.
Oh, you feel nice.
Your skin starts tingling.
For days. Your
Yeah.
insides are nice and warm. Like that 15 minutes in a tanning bed when it's freezing cold outside.
We just got a text, by the way. LOL,
Yeah.
it's not sexy anymore, guys.
Oh, well, then what the hell are we talking about?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I'm just
Oh,
so tired.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
You know
saw,
how-
you had that long bike ride yesterday.
Man,
Bro,
okay.
you do too much.
So
Too much.
So before Jenna and I had Cruz, right?
Yeah.
And on this show, for years, you had always said, when asked about tiredness, in that moment, you are the most tired that you've ever been. And I never understood, right?
Yeah.
Because life was good. Not saying that life is bad now, but my old life was leave this show, go home, have a coffee, take the dog for a walk, hour and a half nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, glorious.
Right? Jenna comes home from work, we have dinner, we watch like a couple of movies and then go to bed, right?
Living like a king.
Cycle happens again.
Yeah.
Since Cruz, like I've been tired, like the most tired I've ever been.
Yeah.
Much like what you said.
Yeah.
And every day, the tiredness just increases.
Yeah.
And now that he's 5,
it's the worst. I love kids and all.
The tiredness, but the activity,
Ugh,
right?
it's the worst.
So my day goes like this. I get home from work yesterday.
Yeah. First of all, no, walk us back here. Walk us back. You wake up at what time?
2:15.
2:15.
Yes.
Yeah.
I come in here to work.
Yeah.
I left yesterday at about 10:30. I got home at 11:20.
Yeah.
Immediately go inside, change into shorts, go outside, mow the lawn.
Yeah.
Okay. Paused for 15 minutes, scarfed down a hamburger for lunch.
Yeah.
Cruz then wanted to go for a bike ride. So myself, Jenna, and Cruz, we take off for like an hour.
Yeah.
Right?
And this isn't just like you don't get the bikes out of the garage and just go on a bike ride. Like, did you put the bikes?
Oh, no.
No.
Yesterday was not a load up the car, the bike rack, and drive somewhere.
So before
This
you get to
was-
the actual part where you are riding bikes,
Yes.
right? How far is that from your house?
Oh, we rode around for like an hour.
No. But like, because I saw you sent me a video, like a beautiful trail.
Oh, that is like 10 minutes.
Okay,
from
so you had to
our house.
bike 10 minutes before you biked.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we got into the trails.
Understood.
Right? Rode through the trails, and then we went to the convenience store. Cruz wanted a Freezy.
Yeah.
Got him a Freezy.
Because he's exhausted. He's had such a
Right?
day.
Right? Had to hydrate. Got back on the bikes.
Yeah.
And then immediately went to a park nearby. Oh, my God. And then played there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then biked home.
Yeah.
Dinner. Clean up after dinner.
No.
And then we have like a little a swing set in the backyard.
Yeah.
Right? Push Cruz on the swing set for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it was bath time. He took his bath. And then I read him 2 stories before bed.
No. And this is what time now?
This is like around 7:30.
No.
Put him to bed. And then I go downstairs. Jenna's with the dogs. And I gave Jenna a kiss.
Yeah.
Good night. And then I went to bed.
Yeah. So nothing. So
So
you had no day. You
No
had not
day
one,
yesterday.
not one. Yeah. See.
The 15 minutes that I had to eat my hamburger
Right.
for lunch.
Right.
And then that was it.
Right. We used to have the conversation all the time, and I used to have to try and explain it to people, which was when I was doing this show and then ET Canada all day.
I don't know how you did it.
And then with like Roxy was newborn, so the entire time she was growing up, people would always say, because then they would ask, well, what time do you go to bed? And I would say 11. And I would sleep from 11 p.m. until 4 a.m. So I would sleep 5 hours a night. And the reason I did that was because if I didn't, I would literally just be working all day and then partying with a kid. And then in bed, I would have no minutes for myself. So I made the decision to sleep 5 hours a night so I could have, when Rox would go to bed at like 8, between 8 and 11, that Catherine and I could hang out, right?
Sure.
Watch a movie, do whatever. Like
Yeah.
that was just sort of the decision that I made. I sacrificed my body.
Yeah.
Right. In
But
order
that's
to be
like-
able to do that, because it's no joke.
That's what I do on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
I'm dead tired.
Yeah.
Right?
You sent a word. So I got your Wordle today at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
But on Friday, I got it at 12:30 a.m. So you're almost like on Fridays, you're almost staying up to when you normally have to wake up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, see, I
because on
couldn't do
Fridays
that.
and Saturday nights, those are the only
That's how you get jet lag, man.
minutes
Yeah.
that I have like for me.
Yeah.
So when everyone else goes to bed, right? Jenna goes upstairs to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna hang out down here, watch a movie, I watch some YouTube videos, I have a couple of drinks.
So you're-
even though like I am dead tired, I could go to bed when Jenna goes to bed at like
Right.
11 o'clock on a Friday night.
Yeah.
But I choose to stay awake for like at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. screw around because
you have to.
I
You
need that
have
time. That's like the
to.
only time that I
because
have.
otherwise nothing is worth it. It's like you have to make it worthwhile, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to have some sort of reward in your life. And if the only minutes you get are Friday night between 11:30 and 2:30 a.m.,
I know.
right?
I got to take advantage.
Then you got to take it.
Y'all living my best life, bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Britney Spears is officially back in the studio.
Ooh.
With Elton John.
How'd that happen?
For a remake of one of Elton John's greatest hits, Tiny Dancer.
You mean Tony Danza?
Yeah. Do you know Tiny Dancer?
Hold me closer.
Can you find it? Did you put it in, Maury?
No.
Do you know that song?
Tiny Dancer.
Yeah. Do you know
Be
Tiny
a
Dancer?
Tiny dancer.
A dancer
Dancing
for
for my
money. No,
name.
that is not. That's
I'll be
Tina
a
Dancer.
Tiny dancer.
No, that's Tina
Dancing
Dancer.
for money.
That's not Tiny Dancer.
But this must be Elton John's thing because didn't he just do one with that we play all the time too? A remake with Doja Cat, right?
Yeah. So
Dua Lipa.
sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that both Britney and Elton John linked up and on Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, so 1 week ago, and they did a new rendition. So it's already in the can. Told the song is currently still being mixed.
How'd they keep that a secret? Like, they follow Britney around all the time, right?
Yeah. Should drop at some point in August, they said. So this is Elton John's version, solo. Tiny Dancer, soon to be featuring Britney Spears. You know the song?
Mm-mm.
You never heard this song? Mm-mm. God, man, you and I live such different lives. It's crazy. You've never heard this song?
No.
I find that extremely hard to believe.
Maybe when they get to the
even
main
by accident. It's been in like a million movies.
It's beautiful. Very beautiful song.
Yeah.
Is he playing piano on this as well?
Elton John? Yeah, I would assume. One would assume.
I don't know. What do I look like? Elton John biographer over here?
You don't have to be an Elton John biographer to maybe.
Are we doing Elton John trivia?
No, we're not. You never heard this song?
Mm-mm.
Come on. Okay, wait till we get to the chorus. These old guys, man, they take like 20 minutes to get to the chorus. They got a little music. I know, just wait, okay? He's got another verse. I don't think we even hit the chorus yet. No, how far into the song are we?
Minute 15.
Minute 15 before the chorus. Yeah.
Right.
Here we go.
Is this it? The part?
Yeah, coming up. Ready? Oh. Oh. No. I think he skipped it. Did he skip it? I don't know. Okay, hold on. No, just wait. Keep going.
What a banger, guys.
Okay, no, you missed it. You missed it. Go back. Okay, wait. No. Wait. Oh, hold on.
No,
hold on. Just wait. Hold on. Wait. Is it coming now? Wait. Oh, no. No. Okay, hold on. Go back. Go back. Wait. Okay, hold on. Wait.
Oh,
wait.
jeez.
Forward? No. Forward. Forward shit.
Like how forward?
Okay, wait.
You skipped it again.
No, you skipped it again. Yeah, go back.
Right here.
Wait. Okay, wait. Just wait.
Guys,
okay, hold on. Wait. No, back. You got to go back.
Oh,
back.
We're back.
Back.
Guys.
No, you're fine right there.
No.
When does he talk about the Tiny Dancer?
Okay,
when does he say Tiny Dancer in the
hold
song?
On. This is so frustrating.
It is.
I have so much more news to do, but we have to let you hear the chorus for Tiny Dancer so you know what realistically, do you think he's going to know what it is?
No.
No. Okay, no, this isn't it. No, okay. So Shem's saying stay. Shem's saying stay. Okay.
I heard this part 3 times
I
already.
know, so have I.
Right after this line, hear me.
Don't
Can I
sing
say
along,
something?
Maury. Do not sing along. Don't sing along.
Here you go.
Don't sing along.
Here you go.
He needs to hear this to make sure that he's heard this before.
Here it is.
And
Oh, yeah.
oh, shut up! Oh my God!
Why didn't you guys just like sing that part? I know that part of the song.
By the way,
You
somebody
guys-
texted in saying this song was in The Office. They actually
Yes,
don't know
thank
this.
you, Maury. It was in The Office, for God's sake.
Why didn't you guys say that?
Oh,
What, now you know it?
That's my favorite Elton John song. He plays the piano on that and everything. Did you guys know that?
oh, that was exhausting.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I already had to call a plumber.
What'd you do? What'd you do yesterday is the real question.
Well, I don't know what Matthew did, but we turned on the shower.
Yeah.
And it was filling. It wasn't draining. So the whole shower pan, I guess you call it, was full of water and still full of water.
It's because you're...
Oh, that beard hair.
Yeah, clogged drain, man.
In the shower?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, what's the difference?
Oh, I would assume that would be the sink.
Have you looked in the drain?
Oh, no, there's nothing there.
What do you mean?
We thought it was the people below because they flooded their bathroom when they put cat litter down the shower.
Oh,
So downstairs?
why would you do that?
Wait. So you think water crept up into your...
If it was, we think if there's still some left, it would just fill all the way up the pipe.
Right. So why did they put? How do you know they put cat litter in the shower?
That's what we were told because they flooded all the way up to the 5th floor.
Right.
And they had to like
And
completely.
you guys are where? On the 3rd, right?
On the 3rd, but it skipped us.
Yeah.
So they had to gut the whole thing. So this morning, like I woke Matthew up at 4 a.m. I'm like, emergency, emergency. And he gets up and he's like, I got up too quick. I have to lie down on the floor.
What a mess that condo is. What a mess.
So you couldn't see into the drain?
No. The hole's too small.
So you're in the shower and it starts filling up, right?
I turned the shower on. I took a pee, and when I was ready to go in the shower, it was already full.
Okay. So it wasn't like overflowing or anything
Pee
like
in
that.
the shower?
No, I pee in the toilet.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Because I made a promise to myself that when we renovated the bathroom, I would never again pee in the shower. I used to pee in the
yourself or
shower all the
Matthew?
time. No, to myself.
Oh. Why? Why would you make that kind of promise?
The tiles are made in Portugal.
So?
I didn't want to stain them with whatever's in your pee.
You put your filthy feet on there.
I know, but you don't put like pee germs.
Yeah, but you go, like, you wash your butt and then all that water runs down onto the Portuguese
So you're
tiles.
giving me permission.
I'm not giving you permission to do anything.
Your condo. Do what you want.
I know. I made a promise. I'm like, new renovation. I promised to myself I will never pee in the shower.
Wow. Okay. And you used to exclusively, like, pee in the shower, right?
I used to love peeing in the shower.
I still
It
love peeing
felt
in the
great,
shower.
like when you have hot water like billowing on your chest.
Excuse me?
Billowing?
What's the word I'm looking at? When hot water is billowing all over your chest.
Yeah.
It feels great while you're peeing.
Oh, you mean bellowing?
Bellowing on
Yeah.
your chest.
Yeah.
It feels amazing. Like
It's not bellowing or billowing.
Yeah.
It's too easy, bro.
Hey, let me ask you a question. When you pee in the shower, do you hold it or no?
No, not at all.
No, huh?
I kind of enjoy just having it.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I'm guessing you don't pee in the shower, Mocha.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
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 I go hands free.
Do you have Portuguese tiles?
I'm
I go
always
hands-free.
Yeah, I'm always weirded out when somebody is in the shower because I've heard stories where somebody's in the shower and they have to pee and then they get out of the shower.
I've done that.
Have you?
No, that'd be too much of a mess.
Oh.
I've done that.
That's a hazard right there.
Yeah, everything's
Slip
all
on the
wet.
floor.
You
Plus, it doesn't
slip.
feel the same when you're peeing in the toilet when you're all wet.
No. I can't. I would never. I
No,
would
me
never
neither.
do that. No, not at all.
Have you ever been in the shower and you realize you have to do the other thing and you get out?
Oh,
No.
no, I just do it in there and push it down with my big toe. I'm joking. I'm
That's how it
joking.
gets.
Okay.
That's so disgusting.
Oh my god!
Okay,
No,
no.
if I've ever had the
No,
urge,
I've never.
you go
I've actually.
before.
Yeah, I've actually never. That's actually never happened to me.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Have
to
you
me.
ever peed in anyone else's shower?
Oh my God, Maury, enough
Maury,
with this.
enough. Bro, you have the
Enough
wild-
me enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gross.
I'm
the one that, you're, the
pushing
one
down with
that
the
brought,
toe.
you're the one that brought it up.
I didn't bring it
Asking
up.
all these weirdo
Yeah,
fetish
I know.
questions.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Pervert.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm a push it down with the toe.
No. You're weird, dude. Don't
Yeah.
even. Yeah, you're disgusting.
Oh, horrible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so remember Mean Girls when that came out? Mm-hmm. Okay,
That movie was so fetch.
So fetch. So when Mean Girls came out, Tina Fey was 34. Amy Poehler was 33.
Okay.
Okay. Currently, right now, Lindsay Lohan and Amanda Seyfried are 36. Lacey Chabert is 39, and Rachel McAdams is 43.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
Much older than Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were when they did Mean Girls. Alexis Bledel.
Who's that?
Okay, so she was Rory on Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
Okay. Alexis, what's that?
Also in The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, also in The Handmaid's Tale. Alexis Bledel is currently the same age as Lauren Graham was as her mom when Gilmore Girls debuted in 2007.
Damn. Wow.
Okay. James Avery was 45 when he started playing Uncle Phil.
He was only 45?
He was 45 when he started playing Uncle Phil.
Okay.
Will Smith is now 53. Okay.
53 and missing.
Okay. On Full House, when Full House premiered in 1987.
Okay.
Bob Saget was 31.
He was?
Dave Coulier was 28.
Okay.
John Stamos was 24.
Oh, what? That's
Right.
so young. They were, in my mind, way older than that in the TV show.
Right now, the Olsen twins, who are the youngest, are 36.
Oh, my God. No way.
Yeah. Hold on. There was another one here, too. That's
so funny. But I mean, it's just age.
Well, yeah, no,
Right?
I know, but it's so wild to think that, like,
I know, when you watched all these stars
yeah,
at the height, or not even the height,
yeah.
when these shows were like just so popular.
So on Friends, okay, Ross and Rachel's daughter, spoiler alert, Emma, okay, was played by like twins. Oftentimes when there's babies in a
Of
show,
course,
they're
yeah,
played
yeah.
by twins. So Callie and Noelle Sheldon were the two babies that played Ross and Rachel's daughter.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
So that show ended.
That episode aired in 2002.
Yeah.
So those kids have to be in their 20s now.
Well, yeah, Maury just gave you the answer. Spoiler
Right.
alert, Maury.
20 years old.
19.
No, they're 20.
Oh, I just Googled.
20,
They're
20 this
19.
month. They're older than Olivia Rodrigo. if that helps at all. Where's the other one here? Oh yeah, okay, cool. So Christina B. Allen, who played the 13-year-old version of Jenna Rink, the Jennifer Garner character on 13 Going on 30.
Oh my God, yeah.
She's now 30.
She really?
Yes.
And for Halloween, she dressed as Jennifer Garner.
Did she?
Yeah.
Literally 13 going on 30.
Yeah. Okay. And then so this is the best one. With the exception of the Sophia character on Golden Girls. Okay. When Golden Girls debuted, all the women on Golden Girls were supposed to be in their 50s.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. They were all supposed to be in their, they were all in their 50s, which is the same age as the current cast is all supposed to be on the reboot of Sex and the City.
What a difference.
Okay.
What
so
the
you
heck?
have that group of what? So this is what people thought 50-year-old women hanging out and being friends
they
were
acted
like.
80.
They acted 80, right?
Yeah.
Because that was the sort of thing, right? Like that's what women over 50 were supposed
And Sarah
to do,
Jessica's
I guess.
57 right now.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica's 57. How old was B. Arthur when Golden Girls debuted, Maury?
How old? Like in okay.
I can't explain that question.
I don't know if you know the answer, and I'm guessing.
Okay. No. Oh no. Find out for me.
B. Arthur.
Yeah, B. Arthur was. Do you know how to do this?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Just say no.
I'm Googling it.
What are you Googling?
How old was B. Arthur when Golden Girls premiered?
Okay.
63.
63.
And she was playing a 50-year-old?
Yeah, they were all supposed to be in their 50s.
They
yeah.
looked 80.
Yeah, I know they did, right? But the real
And
shocker
the little
for
one, the oldest one,
she was the youngest, but she was the youngest.
Yes, that's true. She wore
What?
a wig.
Estelle Getty was actually the youngest cast member.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she wore
But
a
she
wig.
played the oldest?
She played
Yes.
the oldest.
Yes.
And she was the youngest in
Yes.
real life.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Hollywood.
You had no idea about that?
No?
Yeah, no. Like if you look at
Am I a Golden Girls biographer?
I don't know.
If I have pictures of
I'm
Estelle
sure
Getty.
you do.
When
I don't want to see I don't want to see Estelle Getty's
Yeah,
OnlyFans
don't,
leaks.
Don't say anything about I have
No, I
pictures
meant
and Estelle
behind
Getty.
the scenes without a wig.
You weirdo.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This to you. This guy on TikTok posted a screen grab. He screen grabbed a convo. So he was out with friends, and then a friend of his friend gave him a ride home. Okay?
Yeah.
So they know of each other, but they're not like close or anything.
Gotcha.
So,
like me and Maury.
So this girl who was the driver,
yeah,
texted and said, "Hey, it's Julia. What's your Venmo? I need to charge you like $247 for driving you home last night. LMAO. Also, what's your roommate's Venmo? Gas is so pricey. Hee hee. Don't blame me. Blame Biden."
So you were out with friends, and then a friend of a friend was like, "Hey, I can drive you."
Yes.
And then at the end of it, they were like, "You owe me whatever."
$2.47.
Wouldn't you ask that question or agree to that before the ride?
Yeah. Also, who asks for $2.47?
That's so
You would, Maury?
specific. Like the
That's
total doesn't
super
even
specific.
for to charge two people that separately. The total still doesn't even add up to $5.
No. At what point do you charge somebody? Like, how much of a loss do you have to take before you ask somebody for money?
See, if I'm offering to give somebody a ride home, I could never ask, especially afterwards, ask them for money.
I think if it's one time, that's fine. But if it becomes a regular thing, like
No, but this to me sounds like it was a one-time thing. She
Then you
drove
don't charge.
the friends home. She should never have charged.
Yeah, but also you have to know exactly how far you went and how much gas your car uses in that. Like, that's a very specific number. But how far do you have to go? Like, what is your threshold? I'll start with you, Maury. What's your threshold, more to where you would charge somebody for doing something that they may perceive as being out of the kindness of your heart?
Are you asking about like distance?
No, anything. Like,
I think something that takes over, I'd say something that takes over an hour.
Right. Like if you were already going there, right? Like presumably this person was going in roughly the same direction.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It wasn't out of Julia's way.
No.
To give this guy a ride home.
We don't know that.
Well, I mean, listen, I think that may have been a part of what she said. You know, I think that she would have made it clear, hey, I drove 40 minutes out of my way to take you home. But that wasn't it, right?
Yeah.
She was only asking for $2.47 for gas or the inconvenience. I don't know.
Like I almost had to drive my granny home on the weekend.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
And it would have been out of my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened? You just
No,
dropped off
she
at the bus stop?
wanted to stay 5 more minutes, so I used that as my excuse to just get like, oh, well, I'm going to go now, just so I didn't have to drive
So
Granny
how'd you get home?
Oh my God.
Somebody else drove Granny home. I
Oh
was
my
in
God.
no mood to drive out of my way on a Sunday.
Wow.
It's your grandmother, Maury.
Wow.
But everyone
Your
at the
granny.
table's Granny. So,
But you were the one leaving.
yes, and thank God she wanted to stay 5 more minutes.
So you couldn't wait 5 minutes for your grandmother?
No, I use that as I'm like, I didn't want to drive Granny home.
Right, but what I'm saying is that, but you couldn't? Like, nobody looked at you and went, well, just listen, man, Gran would stay for an extra 5 minutes. More like hang out for an extra 5 minutes, man. Drive her home.
Oh, I lied. I'm like, I really have to go pick up Matthew.
Oh, my God.
You lied to your grandmother like that?
No, lied to the whole family.
And the whole family. Oh, man. That ain't right.
I don't even know when the last time I charged somebody for something. I think,
I charged you.
Yeah, but that was an arrangement.
Yeah.
That was an arrangement. That wasn't out of the kindness of your heart. I'm trying to remember the last time, like, even if, like, God, I'm trying to think, like, even if you're buying drinks for people, like, do you keep track of, like, you got this round, I got this, you know what I mean? Do you do that or
I don't do that, no.
You don't.
Matthew's brother charged us for installing a light. We paid for the light, but he charged his time.
Labor?
Yeah, labor.
But that's what he does for a living, though, right?
But again, it's Matthew's brother.
Right. How much did he charge you?
$40.
Light.
And I gave him a beer.
Did you charge him for the beer?
Yeah, did you charge him for the beer?
The beer was out of the kindness of my heart.
Oh, and then you should have charged her for using the toilet, too, after the beer. You might have come out of this whole thing even, right? Yeah. We should just charge each other for everything.
Yeah, every
single thing we should charge each other for.
So, I don't know, like, this is a unique situation. Maybe it's not, but, like, to ask someone who is, like, a friend of a friend, hey, Venmo me $247,
Right.
also your roommate Venmo me
But
$247.
that ruins the relationship for a while because anytime those
But what does
people
she
hang
care?
out,
She
but
is not her
anytime
friend.
they hang out or she's in the circle, it's going to come up. Oh, you don't want to get a ride from them. They're going to charge you gas. Or
Maury, you have like these imaginary friends who just do nothing but bicker. Like, do you think that it would ever come up? Like, you think people will get the next time they all get together? Oh, not her, not her.
It's like Maury's living with the Golden Girls.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I saw this video of 21 Pilots performing at a music festival in Romania. And right before they performed their song, Heathens, on the screen, it was visuals for Stranger Things. And then the music for Stranger Things started playing. And then clips from season 4 with like Vecna and all the kids in Stranger Things started playing, right? And the crowd was totally into it.
I don't see what you're doing. You think I don't see everything you thought.
And on this video, you can see it on YouTube right now. It's the person holding the camera is walking through the crowd, like right in the middle of the crowd, walking towards the stage, and everyone's like kind of freaking out. And they finally get to the front of the stage, and 21 Pilots perform a remix version of Heathens with the Stranger Things music in the background, and it sounds like this. Pretty cool. Crowd is into it. But did you guys see that story?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't mind that. It fits.
Did you guys read that story about Stranger Things and like people are noticing an edit that took place in an earlier season from season 1 that the
No.
Duffer Brothers removed?
No. Who's going back and watching season 1 of Stranger Things?
So
I
because
ain't got
there
that
was
kind of
so
time.
much time from season 3 to season 4,
Yeah.
right? And everyone's already watched season 4, but a lot of people in preparation of season 4 went back to start watching from the very beginning,
Right.
seasons 1 through 3. And there was a scene from season 1, episode 2, where Jonathan, this is the scene right before Barb gets taken by the Demigorgon, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Jonathan is hanging out outside of Nancy's house and like creepily in the woods taking pictures of Nancy in the bedroom.
Yes.
Right? Before her and Steve start making out and doing
Right.
other stuff. So he's standing there, he's taking photos, and then there's a part where he lowers his camera, he's looking in the window, she removes her shirt, she's just wearing a bra, and then he second guesses himself, like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But then he lifts the camera and starts taking pictures.
Right.
Which is why in an episode later, Steve approaches Jonathan at the school because he's got the pictures to
Yes.
develop photos. It's like,
Yes.
what the hell, you creep?
Right.
So people are noticing that now when you watch that episode, when Jonathan second guesses himself, they cut the part where he starts snapping pictures of Nancy with just her bra.
Really?
And it goes straight to him taking pictures of Barb right before the Demigorgon gets to her.
Really?
Yeah. So some people online were saying that part of the reason, or they assume part of the reason, was to make Jonathan appear more likable and sympathetic because later on he'd become Nancy's boyfriend.
Sure, but everybody evolves on that show.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
So they took the creep part out of him, right?
Because they thought that it was a little bit too creepy. Yeah. So if you go back to season 1, episode 2 of Stranger Things.
I don't like that they can go back and edit things. You know, like it's not, I don't know. And even something like that, like it was so, like you can evolve. Like you can be sort of a creep who is in love with somebody and maybe you make a mistake. And that's really all that, like, you know, you can, maybe that's what it was, right? Like maybe he made a mistake and then learned from that mistake and then became a better person. And then we all sort of like came around to Jonathan. But like you can't take out the flaws or those moments that they then learn from, right?
So if you go back on Netflix now, apparently, obviously they can't like change it, but like I didn't even know that there were like DVD versions of Stranger Things out there.
Right.
But on the DVD versions, you'll still find
Who's
the original.
buying a DVD version of Stranger Things? What the hell's the point of that?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Like if Stranger Things ever disappears off of Netflix and you like want to say that you have a copy of it and then you have it on DVD.
Like
I mean, I have DVD copies of Will and Grace. I mean,
but that isn't available to you like right now.
Yeah,
like,
immediately.
Immediately. Like everything. Like that is super. Who's buying DVD? What kind of hustle is that?
Yeah.
Who's spending money on DVDs of Stranger Things? Maybe if it becomes like a toy or something like that. I don't know.
Sure.
But no, I say my vote is to keep Jonathan creepy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, so Jojo Siwa.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I guess there's like a thing. I don't know. It's like a social media thing where they go like, "Hey, who's the like the nicest celeb you've ever met? Who's the meanest celeb you've ever met? All that other stuff. Who's your celebrity crush? All this other stuff." Right.
Okay.
And so Jojo Siwa does it, and she says Miley Cyrus is the nicest celebrity.
Nice.
Zendaya is the celebrity that she has a crush on.
Mm-hmm.
But she said that the rudest celebrity she ever met was Candace Cameron Bure.
DJ from Full House?
DJ from Full House.
Why is she?
The only thing I can maybe think of is that Jojo Siwa is like so just colorful and out there and gay, and Candace Cameron is like a super Christian, I guess, right? Like maybe they didn't click because of that, but I
give a reason
don't
or
know.
give
I
the
think she
scenario?
just said she didn't give a reason, right, Maury?
No,
she just said that
it was on TikTok and one of those ones where it's just like
just
the
list
speech,
it.
and she held up her phone with a picture.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Yo, what's DJ have to say about it?
I don't know. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you come back. Like if
Candace Cameron, she responded with a quote from the Bible.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What was the quote?
I can find it for you. Jesus
yeah.
something.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's what it was. I'm guessing that Jojo Siwa is Jojo Siwa and Candace Cameron is Candace Cameron, and they just didn't gel because Candace Cameron is a super Christian and then Jojo Siwa is not.
Yeah.
She's
But I
all
feel
that.
like for Jojo Siwa, like you would have to know that people are going to question, regardless of the celebrity that you said was the meanest, right?
Yeah.
Was it the meanest or
the rudest?
Or the rudest, right? Like
rudest.
you would have to know that people are going to now question.
But
you should almost follow it up with like, what happened?
Well, no, I don't know if you do, but I think that Candace Cameron is a safe choice for Jojo Siwa because I don't think that there's going to be a lot of people who come to the defense because Candace Cameron herself is somewhat polarizing at times
And she's been known to say
with her
things.
views and everything
Yeah.
else. Like had Jojo Siwa said Julia Roberts,
Sure.
right? You have to say why.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have to, and believe me, there's a lot of people in this world that would say Julia Roberts.
Really?
Yeah. But you would have to say why if it was Julia Roberts, right? You would have to say why if it was Sandra Bullock. By the way, a lot of people in this world say Sandra Bullock.
No, don't say that. Really? Sandra Bullock? Miss Congeniality?
Yeah. See, for me, if somebody said who's the rudest person you've ever met in that world,
Yeah.
like without question,
Terrence Howard.
No.
Army Hammer.
No,
Your
no,
arch
no,
nemesis.
no. We just didn't get along. Like, I mean, he was rude.
Who?
By the way, Candace Cameron, she said, "Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord God is an everlasting rock."
Yeah, see, that's going to turn JoJo right around. The rudest celeb that I've ever met, and I'm not the only one. There are people I know that, like, if they're scheduled to do anything with this person on that day, they would rather like call in sick than have to do anything with them, whether it is an interview, whether it is anything.
Okay,
like a charity event, you name it.
Yeah.
Like universally, I think in that world, the most difficult, rudest person that anybody has ever dealt with is without question Adam Levine.
Maroon 5?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Without question.
I've heard that.
Without question.
He seems like such a nice guy.
Does he?
Yes.
In what world does Adam Levine seem like a nice guy? No,
I don't know. Just things that I've read.
I know people that have worked in this business for 35 years, and they are like, I'm not doing that guy.
Adam Levine from Maroon 5.
For me, it was 2 Chainz.
No, that's just because that was
kinda
you,
stalked
not
him.
him.
Yeah.
Well, he was rude. The question was, who's the rudest?
No, but you brought that on, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just waiting for my time.
Right, and?
Wish I never got my time.
And you harassed and pestered him for a couple of hours.
Yeah, because I was told linger around and we'll find the time.
Right, and then what did you ask him?
What is the why 2 Chainz?
Right, exactly. Right, so you waited 2 hours to be like, why do you call yourself 2 Chainz? Right?
Out of curiosity.
Right, it's going to piss the guy off. You did that deliberately. You deliberately.
But the one time I
demanded.
met Adam Levine, the beginning of Maroon 5, he was super nice.
No.
I'm trying to think. Who was... I remember, like, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Steve-O from Jackass.
Was he? But he was an addict, though.
But at the time, he was.
Right?
Yeah. So at the time, and he was just like...
Yeah. He showed me his wiener.
Super rude. But I will say,
That's
after
on
he
film,
got...
by the way, everybody can see it on the movies.
After he got clean, I talked to him again.
Yeah.
And he had, like, released a book on his journey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I told him about the first time we met. Yeah. And he was genuinely apologetic.
Oh, no, for sure he was. Yeah.
And I've had like whole new respect. The other person.
What about the soap opera star we got in trouble for making wait 2 minutes?
No.
Victor
that's
Newman?
Yeah.
Nah, whatever.
He's a jerk too, but
Yeah.
I don't know him well enough. I only know him from
Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk.
Oh,
The
yeah.
original
Oh, that's
Hulk.
right. Oh, that's right. That's right.
He was in
your
town.
hero.
He was in town for like one of
Like
these
a Comic-Con type thing, fan expo.
And we
Yeah,
had him on the
yeah,
show
yeah.
to promote his signing. And then at the end of the interview in the hallway, I took out my Incredible Hulk DVD and I was like, "Can you sign it?" And he said no. Like to my face, said no. I'm not doing that.
But he gave a reason.
And I was like, "Well, no, he didn't give a
Yeah,
reason."
He did. He said, people are coming to pay for this. I'm not
Yes.
going to do it for free.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he
Yeah.
said.
So he came on the show to promote his signing, right? Like we did a big thing with him to promote this stupid signing that he had. And at the end of it, all that promo that we gave him, you asked him to sign your DVD, and he said, no, not for free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So had you pulled out $80, you would have got your autograph.
Crush myself. That's all I think about now when I see
know,
Lou
it
Ferrigno.
ruins things, right? It really does. It really ruins things, man.
Thanks, Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Candace Cameron, oh my God, did this thing ever take off? So Jojo Siwa goes on TikTok, and she's doing one of these TikTok trends where they're like, who's your celebrity crush? Who's your favorite celebrity? Who's the rudest celebrity? And it sort of writes it over top. And then she just grabbed her phone and turned her phone real quick when it said, who's the rudest celebrity you've ever met? And it was just a picture of Candace Cameron Bure, right? And that's all it was. And then people were like, oh my God, Candace Cameron, what's going on with this? And it was just like a thing. But of course, it's Jojo Siwa and it's TikTok. And so it catches fire.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Candace Cameron is like the villain of TikTok all day yesterday, right? So she's now got to try and put out this fire because what the hell? What did I do to Jojo Siwa? So she gets on the phone with Jojo Siwa, and this is the story. This is the story of why Jojo Siwa said that Candace Cameron was the rudest celebrity that she's ever met.
And so I was finally able to talk to Jojo this morning. I called her, and we had a great conversation. And she was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I kind of said, "Well, I've been better. What happened?" And she said, I didn't think this was going to go viral, and they were going to pick that up. It was just a silly TikTok trend. And I didn't think it was a big deal. And I said, well, it was a big deal.
Ruined my day.
But what did I do to you? What did I do? I said, because I only remember that we met at the Kelly Clarkson show, and that went really great. And she goes, yeah, I know. It was great. And you're super nice and all of that. I said, so thank you.
Okay.
And she told me, she said, I met you at the Fuller House premiere, and I was 11 years old. And we were all on the red carpet. And when I had come up to you and I said, can I have a picture with you? And you said to me, not right now. And then proceeded to do what you were doing and take pictures with other people on the red carpet. And I was like, oh, Jojo, I'm so sorry. And she's like, yeah, no, you weren't even mean. And she goes, and I get it now as an adult when you're on the red carpet and everything's happening and you're being pulled in different directions. But at that time I was 11, and I go, and I kind of broke your 11-year-old heart. I didn't take a picture with you. And I was like, oh, I feel crummy. Jojo, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And she was like, it's seriously not a big deal, but I do remember that. And I said, okay. I said, but please know, especially as a mom, it breaks my heart that I made you feel that way. Yeah. And so that was it. All good.
Hold on a second, Jojo. But what you're saying to Candace Cameron Bure is not what you put out there on TikTok.
Right. With context, it seems like
You're also 19 now.
I know. And you had met in between then.
Yes.
Right?
So much time had passed for y'all to clear it up.
Yeah. But she said that we were cool at the Kelly Clarkson show. Everything went well. She's like, yeah, I loved you. You were great. But
so
it was I don't
Pick
know.
a different celeb.
I don't know.
We're supposed to be cool.
So Candace Cameron's daughter put out a picture saying she's the nicest, like to sort of, I guess.
I guess you have to, right? That's wild, though, huh? Poor Candace Cameron.
Jojo Siwa.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jojo Siwa. So we heard from Candace Cameron Bure yesterday. So Jojo Siwa went viral because she was doing a TikTok trend where they were like, who's your celebrity crush? Who's your celebrity this? And then they said, who's the rudest celebrity you've ever met? And she said Candace Cameron. And Candace Cameron was like, yo, what? Mm-hmm. And then Candace Cameron did like a 5-minute video yesterday where she said that she had a conversation with Jojo Siwa. And this all stemmed from a red carpet meeting that they had when Jojo was super young. And now the paparazzi is caught up with Jojo to get her side of the story and see if it lines up with what Candace Cameron had said.
Every single person in the world wants to know, what did she do? What did she do? Come on. Come on.
You know, I had a rough experience when I was little. I was 11 and I was a big fan, and I wanted to take a picture with her, and it wasn't a good time for her. I will say, because I had a bad experience, that doesn't mean that she's an awful human. I think it just was an inconvenient time for her, and a little 11-year-old me was just so pumped up and so excited, but that doesn't mean she's the worst human ever.
Who said that?
Yo.
You know, it was a rough experience for me.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. But Jojo Siwa, you started this.
You started this.
Right? You started this, and now you're adding words that were never added before. Like, the question was, like, who's the rudest, right?
Yeah.
No one's
Not
saying
who's the
that.
worst.
Who's the worst human ever?
Yeah.
Candace Cameron. Right?
You're just making it worse, Jojo Siwa.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have another call with Candace.
Oh, my God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a new movie out right now starring Jenny Slate. Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
Yeah, what's that about? It looks adorable.
Her voice is absolutely cute in this movie. I had no idea when I was reading up on Marcel the Shell.
Yeah.
It's a creation of Jenny Slate. Like, she and her ex, back in the day, back in 2010, started making all these short videos and posting them online.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So she created this thing back in 2010.
That's one way to do it.
And it went viral, and that's how they wanted to do this movie, because there's such an outcry for it.
What is Marcel in the Shell with shoes on more?
Marcel the Shell, he's a little boy, seashell.
Yeah.
And I guess all that's left in his family is his grandma.
No, but he wants to know what he looks like.
What is he?
Oh, he's like a snail. But
He's a shell that's got one eye, one googly eye, and wears shoes.
Escargot comes out, yeah.
Here, this is what he looks like.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha.
So, in the movie,
that's a bizarre looking thing.
It kind of looks weird, but like when you hear his voice, he's super cute.
Okay.
And in the movie, it's like a documentary style. So they're doing this documentary on Marcel the Shell, who then I guess wants to find his family, right? Yeah. Find out where he comes from.
Isabella Rossellini is the.
Tell me about what's life like.
It's pretty much common knowledge that it takes at least 20 shells to have a community. My cousin fell asleep in a pocket, and that's why I don't like the saying everything comes out of the wash. Because sometimes it doesn't, or sometimes it does, and they're just like a completely different person. So it's actually only 2 of us now. Myself and my grandmother, Nana Connie. We like to watch 60 Minutes because Leslie Stahl is fearless. Nana, make the noise.
It's super, super cute. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is in theaters right now.
Roxy would love this, by the way.
They made, like, after this thing went viral, they started, like, they had a hit on their hands because there was, like, all these books that started coming out, and, like, people were kind of clamoring a little bit more to do more with Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. So Jenny Slate then came out with the movie, who Damnit Maurie had a chance to sit down and talk to.
Jenny Slate, congratulations. I have to say, Marcel, this is so much fun. The first obvious question, as much as the world is loving Marcel, a shell named Marcel wearing shoes. I need to know, were you a bit high, maybe smoking something when you created this character?
12 years ago, I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. But I guess I can't, like, confirm or deny right now. Definitely some cocktails went into it, that's for sure.
Because when you see this, the way he looks and the way he walks around and some of the things that he's saying, right?
Yeah.
Now, you've said watching the movie back, you often cry. Why is that?
Geez, you know, I think it's because the emotions really live inside of it. I think, like, the things that we put in there, you know, especially Marcel's grandmother, his relationship with his grandmother, those are things that I've either been through or am currently going through, you know, with people that I love and elderly people in my life, or just kind of looking out into the world and seeing what touches your heart. And I think that, you know, the movie is made with a lot of love.
Another voice in the movie, you remember that show you're talking to us about, The Rehearsal?
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Fielder?
Mm-hmm.
So he voices one of the characters.
Oh, does he? He's
in
got a
this
weird
movie.
voice, that guy, too.
Yeah. This is Damnit Maurie talking to Jenny Slate about her new movie, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
You must love all of the love for this film.
It is a thrill, and while I like what we made, it is surprising in a way, because it took 7 years to make the movie, so it's just like felt so private for so long. So it is always like, I have to remind myself, like, oh yeah, people are actually seeing this movie. It's not just something that we did for ourselves, you know, for like a long time. And so it's very, very, it's stunning. It feels really, really good.
That is Jenny Slate for her new movie, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which is in theaters right now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Lindsay, welcome to Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. What's on your mind?
Should I reach out to my niece after many years after finding her on Facebook?
Oof. You wrote us this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. 23 years ago, my oldest brother had a daughter with his partner at the time, and the relationship did not last long, and it ended messy. And the last time we saw her, your niece, she was 3 years old. There's been no communication with her or anyone involved with her for the past 20 years, and my mom has recently found her on Facebook. I want to reach out, but I don't know what I should say or even if I should. She is my only niece, and I'd love to know her. So your brother has no contact with her?
My brother also has no contact with her. He's not mentally well, unfortunately, so he... Not to make excuses, but he wasn't able to be a father at all. He's not capable of it. So, I mean, he tried his best for the first 3 years, and then, you know, everything sort of went away. So
does he have thoughts of having his daughter in his life at all, or no?
I think every single day. I think part of his major depression is that he failed in that and has never had a relationship with her.
Right.
So after your mom found your niece on Facebook, like, did your mom reach out at all?
No one has reached out.
Nobody.
No.
So you have to know, okay, this isn't about you reaching out and introducing you as the aunt to a 23-year-old. This is you reuniting a 23-year-old with her father, because that's the only way this ends.
I think my intent is not even to reunite her with her dad.
But there's no other way this ends.
Because you don't know if your niece is going to start asking questions and then maybe, not pressuring, but like, you know, really wanting to meet her father, right? You may open up like a whole can of worms that you're not prepared to deal with.
But what happens when your brother finds out you're talking to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I really hadn't even thought that far. I think
you have to think about everything. First of all, you have to make your intentions clear as to why you are reaching out now, right? And then you have to think of the consequences for reaching out. What's the best thing that can come from this? What's the worst thing that can come from this?
Yeah.
I don't know who she lives with, or I don't know who she knows. I would, if I were you, the sort of best way to do this would maybe get a hold of her mom.
Yeah.
Okay, and I wouldn't reach out to the niece. I would maybe reach out to her mom and say, "Hey, listen, found you guys on Facebook. Would love to get to know my niece. I understand it's complicated. You guys haven't had a relationship with my brother in years, and there's obviously a reason for that. Just so you know, here's how he's doing now." Because obviously the mom does not want that daughter to have a relationship with the dad, with your brother.
That's fair to assume, yeah.
So what you're doing then is you're sort of going against those wishes.
I was going to say, after hearing what you said about your brother earlier in this conversation, I would just stay away from everything. Because it doesn't sound like your brother is prepared for all of this.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how he would feel in all of this, right? He doesn't know we even found her on Facebook. So, yeah.
So, you don't want to, potentially ruin a relationship that you and your mom have with your brother.
Right.
And if your brother isn't well, okay, and he sees this as like his sort of, one of the things that causes his, depression and his failures and all this stuff. If you reach out and they say, "Hey, listen, thanks for reaching out, but there's one thing you cannot do. You cannot tell him that you found her."
Yeah.
So then what happens? You're gonna look at your brother in the state that he's in, and you're gonna continue to lie to him?
I would never want to do that. No, absolutely not.
So what's the alternative then?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just I don't know. I didn't even want to think about it as doing a favor for her. I think I just wanted to just generally make contact and say, here I am, if you want to reach out, here's my number, or here's my email, or whatever.
Yeah, but then you have to be prepared for all the questions that may come from her.
And that's fine. And if you are prepared, you can totally do that. But I think that I think that if you wanted to do this the right way, because obviously there's a reason that your niece's mom has kept her away from your family. Right? There's a reason for it. And you just may not know the reason, but there's definitely a reason. 20 years they haven't reached out, okay? They're not going to. So I think that if you're going to do this right, reach out to her mom.
Okay.
Does that help, Lindsay?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Lots to think about. Thank you so much for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
You're welcome.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Hello there.
Shawn Desman, it's Roz and Mocha.
Yes, boys.
Yo! How dare you keep this secret from us? We're supposed to be family over here.
Listen, guys, when Drizzy says don't say nothing, you can't say nothing, bro.
Okay, hold on. Shawn Desman on the Roz and Mocha Show. It was announced yesterday, and the entire country is going bonkers over this. We all know OVO World Weekend is happening this long weekend in Toronto. And when Drake originally announced it, he had on the schedule for Thursday all Canadian North Stars, right? A big concert happening, but didn't announce any of the artists. So there's a lot of speculation out there. And then yesterday released the lineup. So you have Shawn Desman on the bill, Maestro's there, the Rascals from Van City are there, Kardinal Offishall, friend of the show, is on there, Julie Black is on there, Keisha Shante, who is now correspondent for ET Canada, is on there, Claire is on there, a guy that I went to high school with. This is incredible. What a friggin' lineup, dude. Tell us, how did all this come together? Did Drake reach out to you personally?
I just want to know why Roz is not on there.
I know, right? It should be. I ought to be.
All Canadian North Stars.
I ought to be.
You could have read a page from your upcoming book.
I know. I should. Also, that is a very all Canadian North Stars. That's to me, that's a very high top runner, jean jacket kind of crowd, right? You know what I mean? For me,
high top runner, jean jacket. I love it.
So, okay. By the way, tickets on sale today at noon through Ticketmaster.ca. So, back to my original question: how did this come about? Did Drake reach out to you directly, Shawn?
So Drake reached out to Scratch, who's another friend of mine, really, really, really good friend of mine, and was like, yo, can you ask Shawn if he wants to do the show? And so he hit me up, and I was like, I got to think about it. I'm not sure. I might be busy that night.
Okay.
honestly, like, I've had great interactions with Drake, and seems like a really, really good dude. And I was honored, man. And it's like the way he's positioning it too. You know what I'm saying? Like saying that, you know, artists like us on the bill have paved the way for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, I'm you guys know me. I'm just a guy that loves to make music, normal dude. But like, that feels good. I can't even lie. You know what I mean? So I'm super pumped to get back into it, and it's going to be a great night.
Have you come up with the lineup of songs already? Do you know what you're performing? Can you tell us? Like, give us a rundown.
Asking me. I have no idea what I'm doing yet. Honestly,
you don't know yet?
Like,
Dog, we're 2 days away from the show.
I know, but I feel like it's going to be like a mixed crowd, so it'll probably be a mix of some classic stuff with some newer stuff. Just a little bit of something for everybody. But yeah, everybody's asking me, what are you going to do? And everybody's giving me suggestions. I'm like, it's just about just keep your suggestions to yourself. Let me deal with it. Right?
I'm the professional.
I got enough stress. I don't need to deal with yours.
Have you chatted with any of the other artists on the bill as well? Have you guys all talked about this concert and like what it means for not only the city but for the country?
Well, now everybody's hitting each other up on Instagram and whatnot, because before, literally last night at 9:00, I had no idea who else was doing the show. No idea. So now we're all hitting up each other and like, yeah, this is a great look for the city, blah, blah, we got to represent, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm excited to see everybody. It's going to be a great night. History, Thursday night, y'all got to come out. It's going to be amazing. And frig, man, it's just going to be awesome. I'm just happy. The stage is my home, man. The stage is where I live, where I'm most comfortable. So I just want to be up there, man.
Have you reached out to anybody on that list yet to do a collab on stage?
Well, I'm sure. Well, Roz, you must know. Back in the day, we had Movie Star Part 2 with the Rascals. So I hit up Red One. I was like, yo, we got to do a little snippet of that, bro. So we're working on that.
And what about you and Cardi? Because I know you guys did the Red Hair remix back in the day.
Oh, my God, dude, I forgot about that.
Oh, come on, man. Are you serious?
Jeez Louise. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you.
You're welcome. So if
Something
you perform,
else I got to work on now.
If you perform that on stage, I expect a shout out as a reminder that you actually have a song 100%. With Kardinal Offishall.
Jesus, Murphy.
This is incredible. Again, OVO World Weekend kicks off Thursday night at History. Tickets on sale today at noon through Ticketmaster.ca. Shawn Desman, Keisha Shante, Chaos, Maestro, Rascals, Socrates, Kardinal Offishall, Julie Black, In Essence, Glenn Lewis, Frankendake, Shaw Claire. This is such an incredible lineup, and cannot wait to see what comes of it, man. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, guys. You know I got so much love for you. And tell Shem and Maurie I said, what up?
Absolutely. Shawn Desman, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
There we go.
Take care, bro. Thanks for chatting.
All right, guys. Peace out.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Kardinal Offishall, it's your boys Roz and Mocha.
Oh.
I know. Listen. I understand you saving your voice because you have quite a few busy days ahead of you. Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show, man. How you doing?
I am good. This is probably the first time that I'm on y'all show, and I'm not like super hype.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I almost feel like I have to lower my voice to match with yours right now, because you and I together, we're kind of on the same level all the time of loudness and hypeness.
Well, here's the thing. You can definitely feel special this morning because you guys are the first people that I'm talking to today at all. So the first words I'm saying are right now. So there you go.
Well, we are quite honored to have you back on the show. Before we get to October World Weekend, which kicks off tomorrow, the All-Canadian North Stars inside of History, I got to talk to you about the event that you're throwing tonight, Free the City.
So here's where it came from. So this is actually Free the City Part 2. We're calling it the Caravan Edition. Around this time last year, like, we had been locked up so long. And, you know, it's one of those play on words, you know what I'm saying? Because it is free of charge. But it's also, you know, the ability for people to kind of just free up all the good energy. And I just felt like having something to where, you know, you could have people that are coming out of that lockdown just free up. That's what Jamaicans call it anyway. We say we just free up, you know what I mean? Like, we go out and we have an amazing time. So that's where the whole concept from Free the City came from last year. And to be honest, when we did it last year, we still had to have events kind of in the drive-in setting because we still weren't able to even be amongst each other. You know what I mean? But last year was amazing. I think we had like 30 performers and DJs, and it was just incredible. You know what I'm saying? I remember I put the tickets on sale at 4:16 p.m. to represent, the area code of 416, and it sold out in 2 minutes. So last year was really incredible, and I just wanted to do something again for the city this year.
Free the City Caravan Edition tonight, 668 King Street West is the address. Now I got to talk about what's happening at History tomorrow night, all Canadian North Stars. How did you get involved in this? Did Drake reach out to you directly? Did you know about the other artists who are going to be on the bill?
Yeah, so I mean, listen, honestly, shout out to DJ Charlie B. Charlie hit me up a couple weeks ago. I don't even know if I'm supposed to listen. When Drake does this thing, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be giving you guys this kind of info, if I'm being completely honest.
We're all family. Go ahead.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, because you guys are my guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. No, they reached out and they said, listen, Cardi, we're doing this thing. Here's the idea that I have. We want to have all of my favorite Canadian artists that I grew up on. Like, we want to have you guys rock. And, here's the thing about Drake that people don't know. Drake is a super fan when it comes to hip hop and music in general. Drake is a real super fan. And Starting From Scratch had an event a few months ago where it had a few of the performers that you're going to see on Thursday. And he was like, yo, I really want to do it up big. And he was like, Cardi, I would really love for you, to headline. And at first I was like, because, here's the thing, and it's no disrespect to anybody, but because I'm still doing shows around the world and, doing what I do, I'm kind of hesitant because I'm like, I don't know if I want to be, that random, the throwback artist where they're like, there's the 2000s tour going on with blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not really my thing. But here's the thing. I've known Drake for a long time, and, it was, to me, the most important part. It was an honor to even be selected amongst those people that are going to be performing. Because the reality is there's so many others also, you know what I'm saying? But you can't, obviously, you just can't have like 36 people perform, at one night. So it was an honor to be there. I guess maybe, who knows? Maybe it's the inaugural one. Maybe he'll have a similar kind of thing, next year when it comes down to OVO Fest. But yeah, they did reach out, and I absolutely accepted and said it would be my honor.
So what I get from this is that you wouldn't have done it if you weren't headlining.
I mean, that's what you would have
well, we cannot wait. Listen, tickets went on sale at Ticketmaster yesterday at noon. And I don't know if you know this, Roz, but the show completely sold out.
That's incredible.
Immediately.
Well, wait a minute, Roz, that's the second part is if it didn't sell out within 10 minutes, I definitely would have. I wouldn't have done it either. So.
Yo, X my name off that flyer. Cannot wait for this. All Canadian North Stars kicking off October World Weekend tomorrow at History. Cardi, Shawn Desman, Socrates, Rascals, Maestro, Chaos, Keisha Shante, Julie Black, In Essence, Glenn Lewis, Frank and Dank, Choclair. And we know each and every single one of you all have songs with each other as well in some capacity. So we know that stage is just going to be fire from start to finish. Cardi, we love you so much, and thank you for always making time for us on the Roz and Mocha Show. You always got our support, bro.
Absolutely. And now to make my first airport run. So you guys are my alarm clock. So
yo, Cardi, are you Uber for all of those artists who are coming into town this weekend? Is that your...
I am. You know what? You guys will be calling me back because there is some big news that I'll be announcing in the next little bit. But no, I have some friends coming in from the, what do they call it? The good old United States of America. So
okay.
Gotta go pick up my friends from America.
All right, Cardi, love you, bro. Thank you so much, man.
Peace, boys. Have a good day, yo.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So we know that Drake's OVO Fest is taking over the city, taking over Toronto this weekend, right? Mm-hmm. And on Sunday, he's got the Young Money reunion with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. And if you know anything about Drake's OVO concerts over the past 10 years, he's known for surprising everyone with special guests, right?
Shem's trying to say something.
In the past.
Monday.
Oh, sorry, on Monday. What did I say? Sunday? Oh. In the past, you know, we've known he's like surprised people with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. He's had Snoop Dogg come out. Diddy and Mace performed. He's had Kanye come out. I don't know, guys. I have a feeling, and this is based on nothing more than
nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Careful, don't get your hopes up.
I know.
Are you even going? You're not even going.
I'm not going.
Oh, okay. So whatever. Say what you got to say.
I have a feeling because OVO hasn't happened in 2 years.
Yeah.
Drake is going to try to make the biggest news. I have a feeling he's going to bring out Rihanna.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Don't do that.
Zero chance.
I think Rihanna's going to show up.
You think
Zero.
so?
Yeah.
I say zero chance.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Zero.
Only because she's been out and about recently with A$AP Rocky after having their kid.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like if you're going to make news, it's going to be with Rihanna.
But she may not want to make the news. She wants to be with her child.
No, she doesn't. Rihanna does not need OVO to
No.
make news.
No. I don't think she needs it. It would just be like a moment, a news-making moment. Not that she wants to, right?
But a
just
news-making moment for
No.
Drake, not her.
But are you assuming though? I think that you have to assume that the relationship between Drake and Rihanna is what it was.
I think they are friendly, like maybe courteous is the right word to use, right? And thinking about what it would mean for not necessarily headlines, but for music, right? Like, yeah, it would get people talking, but it would just be an exciting moment to have Rihanna on stage.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a chance in hell that happens.
No.
Isn't it? It's at the amphitheater, right?
Yeah.
That's not a big enough
Bud
stage. Bud stage. It's not the big enough stage for her.
I don't think it's a big enough
Damn,
moment
y'all
for
had
her.
some haters,
I don't think it's a big enough moment.
No, eh?
No. Being a feature on OVO is I don't think it's for having like if there were rumors that Rihanna had something going on musically, even a whiff of something that she had going on musically. A picture of her. But what is she going to do?
That's why I think it's so perfect.
But what's she going to do though?
What do you mean? She's got a catalog of music that she can perform.
Listen, Rihanna is not a nostalgia act. Rihanna's not going to go out there and do Umbrella.
She's going to fly all the way here to do that?
No. But she'll perform the hit she has with Drake.
Yeah, she's got like 6 songs or 4 songs with the guy.
No chance.
If she was going to do something, it would be the Grammys.
If they were I could understand if they were still super tight, right? Like if they were super tight, I'd be like, you know what? I have 2 years, pandemic, like big stage, big show, big news, everything else. Yeah. But I think that the only way this happens is that the relationship has to be there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it seems like you're doing somebody a favor. And I don't think Rihanna's in the business of showing up at OVO.
I don't know, man.
Inconvenience.
When at one point with the
maybe you're right. I don't know.
The year that Kanye showed up, right? Like nobody expected it. The year that Kanye showed up, Drake and Kanye were still having a little bit of a back and forth, which is what made that such a big moment because people were like, what the hell? Like these guys are still kind of going back and forth at each other and there's some sort of a beef happening and Kanye still flies in and does a set.
The difference, hold on a second, Maury, hold on a second. Yeah, the difference at that time was Kanye was still very much into attention.
Yeah.
Right? Rihanna is not right now. Rihanna there's no evidence to say that Rihanna is dying to go on a stage or have an audience.
The only time she's
now.
ever showed up at anything recently was for her beauty line.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe it's just me being hopeful.
Okay, but if she did show up, would she bring her child with her and leave the child at Drake's house for somebody to babysit?
No, she's flying in, doing a set, and then flying home.
Yeah. No, right? I would like to say that because it would be cool. It would be a cool moment, but I can't see in any world. She just hasn't displayed any desire to be in that world at all.
Did we change your mind?
At all.
No, not at all.
There have been plenty of sort of, You like, my God, you don't think that they've asked Rihanna every single year since her last album to be part of the Super Bowl halftime show?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Of
Or
course
the
they have.
Grammys,
Or the Grammys.
MTV Awards,
Yes.
anything like that.
As, televised. Like, no, it's
I don't know. I think maybe it's just me
she's
being
just
hopeful. 'Cause
shown
I look at the
no
history,
desire.
the history of that concert and the level of stardom that have come through.
Yeah.
Like Eminem's come through,
Yeah.
Jay-Z's come through.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe you're right. And if you're right, and I'm basing this on nothing other than, I see no evidence of Rihanna wanting to be back into that world.
Which is why I think it's so perfect.
Yeah.
But she hasn't posted on Instagram since May.
Yeah.
Okay, God damn it, Maury. We get it. You hate Rihanna. You don't want to see her.
No, not at all. I just don't think she's
Every
coming
single thing
here.
you're saying is like, fighting me on this.
No. Well, no, because listen, I think that you want to see it happen because you want to see it happen.
Yes.
I don't think you think it's going to happen.
That's deep.
Do you know what I mean?
I really want it to happen.
You really want it to, of course.
Yeah.
I really want it to. Do I think it's going to? No.
But you're not even going, Mocha.
So, honestly, Maury,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Also, I don't think Rihanna is going to want the footage of her back on stage for the first time in forever to be cell phone from fans.
and like a couple thousand people.
Yeah, I think that it would be this you would be TV. Right, or a special or something. I don't think
That Super Bowl moment, like you mentioned, or that Grammy moment.
or a Prime Video special.
Yeah,
right. I don't think it's OVO with fans shooting it on their cell phone and posting it on TikTok. I don't think that that's the return she wants. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Y'all aren't selling this show to Rihanna very well.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah, man.
Are you ready?
Of course.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
According to TMZ, a judge has dismissed the temporary restraining order against Ricky Martin after his 21-year-old nephew withdrew his claims against Ricky. If you remember, the story was last week that Ricky Martin's young nephew accused him of like incest and abuse and all this stuff. The restraining order had been put in place when the nephew had alleged sexual assault. And then at the time, Ricky Martin had vehemently denied all the allegations, including any sort of relationship.
And it was his brother's kid, right?
Yeah. And then Ricky's lawyers say the request came from the accuser asking to dismiss the case. This was never anything more than a troubled individual making false allegations with absolutely nothing to substantiate them. We are glad that our client saw justice done and can now move forward with his life and career. And we talked about this last week, which was all those headlines. Everybody ran the headline. Ricky Martin being accused of incest by nephew could face up to 50 years in prison. And at the time, the conversation that we had was that is such a misleading and over-the-line way of describing that situation because it was a baseless allegation. It wasn't a baseless allegation, but they made it sound like Ricky Martin had already been arrested. They made it sound like that there was this mountain of evidence. When you put in the headline, Ricky Martin accused could face up to 50 years. There was no facts about anything other than an allegation. Like there was a restraining order, but I don't even know if there was a police report filed. And at the time, Ricky Martin had said that his nephew needed help. And so now we get to the bottom of it. And that was every single person who wrote the headline, Ricky Martin accused of this could face, 50 years in prison is like, you can't just jump to that. You have to be like, well, says who?
Yeah, based on these facts.
What?
Right.
Because it was just so easily dismissed. And now they're like, oh, yeah, never mind. None of that. No, not a big deal. But that's a crazy thing to...
Yeah, it's because one big news outlet reported
Every
it.
news outlet.
No, but what I'm saying, it started with one, and then everyone else was like, oh, this is the story.
But no,
and without doing any type of research.
But that should never be the headline, though.
No, I know.
that should never be the headline, especially for something like that where you're talking about incest and abuse and all this stuff. So anyway, so it's looking like it's over for Ricky Martin, but it will never be over for Ricky Martin. That sort of accusation will follow him around for years.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This is wild, man. So the story of what you need to be able to buy a house in Canada, how much money you need to make.
Oh, God.
So within the past 4 months, the average yearly income needed to buy a home on a fixed mortgage with 20% down has climbed $18,000. So the threshold required to pass the government-mandated mortgage stress test has also been risen, making homeownership even less attainable for a lot of Canadians. So the stress test is when you go to apply for a mortgage with a sort of federally regulated mortgage lender, the banks and whatnot. They don't base what you can qualify for on the current mortgage rate. They up it, meaning so if it is, say, like 5.2, they don't qualify you for 5.2. They do a stress test, and they say, if it's 5.2 now, but if it goes up to 5.6, could you still afford it? So they approve you for a higher mortgage rate than what the current mortgage rate is. And so what they've learned now is that in Vancouver, would-be home buyers must make a minimum of $232,000 a year to be able to pass the stress test to buy a home in Vancouver. If you live in Toronto, home buyers need to be able to they need to pull in $226,000 a year, which is an additional $16,000 a year than it was 4 months ago.
That's ridiculous.
Right? That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
I know.
I
feel bad for people trying to.
No, I know. I agree.
Trying to save for their first home now.
But this isn't just people trying to save for their first home. This is even if you have to refinance
even
your
if
home.
you have to refinance, sure.
This could be your fourth home, and you still have to qualify for that and do the stress test.
Terrible.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ryan Gosling's still talking. Ryan Gosling's trying to out there promote his movie Gray Man, right? Like he's just trying to do his best. But the only thing anybody wants to talk to Ryan Gosling about is the Barbie movie and playing Ken. And he was on Fallon last night. And even on Fallon last night, Fallon's like, hey, listen, I know you want to talk about Gray Man, but we got to talk about
Netflix today, by the way.
Yeah. Is it really? Is that what it's on?
I think it's
Gray
today.
Man?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. He's been doing press for this movie for 2 weeks. I didn't even know when it debuted.
The mistake is that they released the photo. They should never release the photo until after Gray Man came out.
Well, I mean, it's not the same company and they don't care. So if I'm making Barbie and I'm like,
but
wait
you
a
put
second.
Ryan Gosling in it.
I know, but if I'm making Barbie and I'm like, Ryan Gosling has to go in 3 months to promote this giant Netflix movie, of course I'm going to release pictures of him as Ken. So the only thing anybody asks him about is the Barbie movie.
I know, but they just did him so dirty.
They did. Yes, I agree. Here's Ryan talking about shirtless Ken.
I want to ask you about this photo I saw. I just want to ask you questions about it. I saw. It broke. It officially broke the internet.
Well, you know, the internet's been trying to break me for years.
Yeah.
So
it finally got
gave me
you.
no other choice.
You were Ken in the new Barbie movie, and this is fantastic. Were you surprised by the great reaction this photo got?
I was surprised how, some people were kind of clutching their pearls about my Ken, as though they ever thought about Ken for a second before this.
Yeah, you feel like he's underappreciated character, Ken.
They never played with Ken. Nobody plays with Ken, man.
You don't really play with Ken.
Did you play with Ken? Exactly. Exactly.
He was available.
And yet...
He stayed in the toy box.
He's an accessory.
My grandmother bought me a Ken.
Yeah?
Yeah. Which I only just remembered that now. But the Ken she got me, there was a real weird Ken back in the day.
Okay.
So the Ken that my grandmother got me wasn't like blonde Ken. It was brown-haired Ken. And the Ken that I got was the Ken that shaved. So if you put water, so Ken came with a beard, like a brown, like it was just like the skin was brown, right, and then it came with a little razor, and if you got the face wet, the beard would go away. So you would sit there and shave Ken's face.
Is this it? I found it on Amazon. Someone's selling it for $200.
Yeah, but mine was a little bit very similar. And he had real hair, not plastic hair. But you shave. So she got me a doll that I would just like sit there and shave. Right? Like that's how you played with it, is you would just give him a nice shave. It was the weirdest. It was the weirdest toy.
Make him clean cut?
Yeah.
But then how does the beard grow back?
As soon as his face dries, it grows. It grows back. Like it was one of those things where, like sometimes, like you can get a coffee mug where like there's a lady on it and you put hot water in it and then her clothes disappear, right? It's that same technology that they used back in the 70s.
On this, the box on the cover of the box, it says, "Shave Ken for his big date with Barbie."
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got. I got the Shave Me Ken doll.
But then as soon as it dries,
Oh, don't
by the time
even.
he goes on his date with Barbie.
I know. And then my friends would come over and they'd be like, what is that? And I'd be like, yeah, it's a doll that you shave. And they'd be like, how does that work? And I would just spit in his face, right? And rub it all around because it was the same thing. You didn't have to actually shave Ken is what I realized very quickly, very early on, is that you could get the same effect from the Shave Me Ken doll if you just horked in his face and rubbed it in with your thumb.
Now he's ready for his big date with Barbie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, so that new book about Harry and Meghan that came out by Tom Bauer. So the book is called Revenge. Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors.
That's a long title.
I know. Where he is alleging that Meghan and Harry were, quote, addicted to reading stories about themselves in the press. He writes, every night they scoured the internet to read the newspaper reports and the trolls' postings on social media. Then it gets interesting because Bauer also claims that Harry's instability fed Meghan's fears that friends were leaking stories to the media. In particular, she suspected Victoria Beckham. It goes on to say that Harry called David Beckham to accuse them of leaking to the press, and then outraged, David Beckham's denials wound up damaging their friendship. So he is alleging that Meghan and Harry are no longer friends with the Beckhams because Meghan and Harry accused the Beckhams of leaking stories to
So you
the
think
press.
like every night they were just Googling
That's
Meghan
what he
Markle
says. That's what he says.
I mean, who hasn't?
and Prince Harry?
Who has what? You sit
Who
around all night?
hasn't Googled
what-
themselves?
Oh, you Google yourself. You don't sit around Googling Meghan Markle.
No.
Oh, what do you?
No, but every night?
No, I'm just saying who hasn't Googled themselves to see what's out there.
But there's never anything new with you, though, right?
Not that I'm, no, not
What do you
found
search?
anything. I just type in Maury Sherman.
Yeah. Aren't there a lot of Maury Shermans? What do you find? What's on there?
Well, the top thing that pops up is Maury's Twitter, which I don't follow.
Yep, I know that.
The second thing is
So
Maury's
hurtful.
Instagram, which I also don't follow.
So hurtful.
The third one is Damnit Maurie's LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
Yeah.
We talked about this, Maury.
The fourth one is Maury's IMDb.
IMDb? What's on his IMDb? What do you got on your IMDb? Oh,
My
I guess all
acting.
your guest appearances and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you
And then
why
there's
not?
Private Eyes,
there's
Hudson and
people with
Rex.
there's people with less on their IMDb than Damnit Maury has. that's
Murdoch
for sure.
Mysteries.
And then there's news stories.
Yeah.
the gay
Do you have any of those things like I do, like where how much money you make? I'm
hold
on all those sites.
Let's see here. Maury
Net
Sherman, net worth.
Those sites are ridiculous,
There we
man.
go. Net worth.
Hold on. Don't say anything. Okay, here.
Obviously, these are built by people who do not listen to the show because if it says anything over negative 300,
500,000.
500,000.
No, I just know I see 1.1 million.
Please.
Please.
You need new
Which
glasses.
is not true.
No, it's not true.
Oh, hold on. Let me see where you go down to like relationship status.
Oh yeah. What does it say? I
Oh,
thought
it only
I
has-
thought you Googled yourself all the time, Maury.
No, but where are you seeing that?
How deep do you go? Shut up. Shut up. Is that on there? What's Damnit Maury worth? Who's he married? How deep does he go?
It's X'd out.
Yeah. Okay. No, how deep do you go when you Google yourself though? Like, are you going like?
No, I just see the top stuff. Like you just click on the top tab news, right? And you just see if there's anything there.
Oh, I know. Okay. You know what I'm going to try and do right now? Do we have 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I'm going to see what the difference is. Because you're Googling Maury, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to DuckDuckGo Maury.
What's that?
What's that?
It's a different search engine. You never use
Huh?
DuckDuckGo?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't track. It doesn't anything else. And it doesn't give you Google's curated nonsense. So if ever
How
I'm
do you
look-
not know about this,
if
Maury?
ever I'm
I do
looking
now.
if ever I'm looking for something that I know is a story, but
Yeah.
Google is like pushing it way down to the bottom, I'll go on DuckDuckGo and it'll be right at the very top. And I'll find it instantly.
What are we looking for? Maury Sherman net worth?
Yeah.
Oh, I just typed in Maury Sherman and there's an obituary.
Okay. So on DuckDuckGo, Maury Sherman's IMDb is number 1 above his LinkedIn. Oh, yeah, the obituary 2010 Chicago Tribune. R.I.P. Maury. Sorry, man.
Oh, man.
No one told me. I'm still here.
Oh, Hello Magazine on the front page.
Mm-hmm.
Maury Sherman and husband. Hold on here. Maury Sherman and husband Matthew Almeida open up about their relationship, how that famous Mariah Carey proposal happened, and much more.
You read this once on the air because Matthew corrected it all, and it was like written all like PR.
But was this really in 2021 that this came out?
Yeah, last Pride.
Really? Oh, right. It was a Pride thing. I gotcha.
You know, there's somebody out there named Maurice Sherman.
No, come on, really?
Maurice Sherman was born on April 1st, 1987, in Kingston, Jamaica, and is an actor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should start a club. You should make a group on Facebook, more, and invite him.
Maurice.
Yeah.
Sherman.
Anyway, I don't know what we were talking about, but that's the latest
Beckhams.
from. Oh yeah, the Beckhams, right? I don't know if that story's true or not, but I haven't seen them together at all. So
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Frankie Muniz is coming out and sort of. I don't know what the right way to say this was. If you remember in 2017 when Frankie Muniz did Dancing with the Stars, he said something in that sort of video montage that made it seem like Frankie Muniz has no memory of even things like being Malcolm in the Middle. So listen to, this was the montage they put together with Frankie in 2017.
I've gotten to really do anything I've wanted to do. But the truth is, I don't really remember much of that.
Like it almost feels like it wasn't me. There's no negative feelings. I just don't necessarily remember.
I have had 9 concussions. I've had a fair amount of mini strokes. TIAs is what they're called, transient ischemic attacks.
I'm not saying that those things correlate exactly to the reason why my memory is not great, but, you know, I guess if you think about it, it could be.
It makes me a little sad that, like, it doesn't just, like, pop back into my mind, you know, and I'm like, I should have remembered going to Australia. You know, like, that's something that people remember. My most memorable year is 2017 because I learned to live in the present. I'm happy with my acting career. I'm happy with the decision I made to go race cars and to focus on music. Even if I don't remember it all, I'm happy.
Like the headline from Entertainment Weekly was, this is 2017, Dancing with the Stars. Frankie Muniz doesn't remember starring on Malcolm in the Middle. Okay, so that's one headline. Here's the People magazine headline. Frankie Muniz on his intense struggle with memory loss and why he can't remember Malcolm in the Middle. So that's the sort of story that came out of that. And
it was really sad, too.
It was incredibly sad.
Right.
And so Frankie Muniz now sort of dispelling what that package sort of tried to the story that it tried to tell on his behalf. So here is a new interview with Frankie Muniz talking about his memory.
You know, I did Dancing with the Stars in 2017, and they have an episode where it's the most memorable year episode. And they told me that my most memorable year was 2001.
They told you it.
And I go, I don't really have anything to talk. I don't really know what happened in 2000. Like, I don't know what to say. And they're like, why? And I go, and they're interviewing me, and the way it got cut together and the way they put it was that I have zero memory of anything. And then the press took it, and now if you search my name, it basically says I don't remember. Like 51st Dates, my wife has to wake up every morning and like tell me who she is, and this is your son, and she plays a video.
Yeah.
You know, like no, I know I was Malcolm. You know, I did a lot of stuff. You know, I don't remember everything.
Right. So
Poor guy.
Yeah. So
But like, why? I wonder why at the time that all of that was happening, he didn't come out and say exactly what he's saying now.
he has said it a couple times, but it just never made news like it did today. So here's the second part of Frankie talking.
There's been a lot of speculation about like my memory, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that I feel like I did so much, like so many episodes, so many things, and you just kind of do it. You know, you film, but I think the biggest thing for me is I don't distinguish. There's 3 things that I dreamt. I go like, did that happen? Because I've had so many crazy dream-like things happen in reality. But then also like most of my life and most of my childhood, I was pretending to be someone else.
But like,
do you ever have that? Do you ever like have a dream and then you wonder if that dream was real or if it was a dream, like later on down the road?
Oh yeah,
you do,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, it's happened where. Yes, I will think of something. I'm like, did that actually happen? Or did it happen in that way?
See, I don't remember my dreams.
But even like something like with Frankie Muniz, right?
Yeah.
You can ask anyone, could you remember specific things or majority of stuff that happened from the time you were like 8 until 12 years old? I can probably remember like bits and pieces, but not specifically when I was, unless it was like a traumatic thing, right?
Right.
Specifically when I was 8 years old, I remember falling off my bike and splitting my chin open.
Right. Right.
Cast members of Friends have recently said that they don't remember half the episodes they filmed on Friends.
Yeah, but these headlines were that he doesn't remember being Malcolm. Like that's extreme.
So are you saying, like, Phoebe has memory issues too because she said the same thing?
Well, no, but Phoebe hasn't said that she has memory issues. Like he actually said in that thing, and then I guess they manipulated it and everything else. But like I like the idea that he doesn't remember going to Australia.
Yeah,
right.
Like that's something that's a memorable
to me,
a memorable
like,
thing. Like
yeah.
that would be cause for concern if you can't remember going to a place like Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, Roz, you have memory
I
problems.
will. Yeah, I do have memory problems, but I will never. First of all, I know that I will never forget ever going to Australia because I would never sit for that flight.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Saturday night in New York, Kevin Hart and Chris Rock were doing a show together at Madison Square Garden, which already is like an incredible night for fans. And unannounced, Dave Chappelle walks on stage and opens the show. So Dave Chappelle opened for Chris Rock and Kevin Hart.
When was the last time Dave Chappelle opened for anybody?
Yeah, so Chappelle comes out and does like a 20-minute set talking about cancel culture. The audience just like ate it up. He made reference to his show in Minneapolis being postponed, or the venue kicked him out, so he had to find a new venue. At some point, then they all came back on stage together, and who brought the goat? Was it
Kevin Hart?
Kevin. So it was. They were all riffing on like who was the goat, like the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah,
right? Because really, the three of them are on stage, and Kevin Hart brought out an actual goat on stage at Madison Square Garden. So here's the three of them discussing the goat.
Just I will keep the goat. You have to keep the goat. I bought you the goat. I'm not joking. I really bought the goat. I have an apartment, Kevin. That's not my problem. They barely let in there.
Is it, hello, police. Yes, this is with the goat on the third floor.
Oh my God.
I'm from the country. I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. The better gift would have been a sheep. Goats eat grass from the roots, and sheep just skim the top.
What the does that have to do with anything?
No phones.
Oh my God.
Right. Here's the guy at the end. No phones. Because there's not a lot of footage from it.
Crazy.
Yeah. So the three of them on stage, like, what a night.
Incredible.
Jeez. Kevin Hart tweeted, "Last night was by far the best moment of my career. I can't even explain it. I can't find the words. Just know that last night was the true definition of, quote, epic night. I love my brothers more than words can explain. We made history last night. Hashtag Rock Hart Chappelle." Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Pope Francis arrived in Canada for a historic visit where he's expected to personally apologize to Indigenous survivors for the abuse at the church-run residential schools. The Pope has called his visit a trip of penance, of healing and reconciliation to seek forgiveness on Canadian soil for the evil done to Native peoples by the Catholic missionaries in the decades spanning from, as we know, the 1800s to the 1990s. Nearly 150,000 First Nations and Inuit children were sent by Canada's government to 139 residential schools run by the church as part of a failed policy of forced assimilation. So that is what the Pope is doing today.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What happened at Rolling Loud over the weekend? Explain this to me.
So Kanye was supposed to headline the show.
Right.
Kanye pulls out.
Right.
Kid Cudi is his replacement.
Gotcha.
Kid Cudi and Kanye haven't been getting along lately.
Oh,
So
okay.
Kid Cudi is performing on stage, and I don't know why. Maybe people just weren't feeling his set, the songs. They start throwing stuff on stage at him. Right? And in the middle of the song,
So
Kid
rude.
Cudi stomps down and says this. Somebody throws something.
I will walk off this stage. If y'all throw one more thing up here, I will leave. I will leave right now. Throw one more thing on the stage and I will walk off. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. You will ruin it for everybody. I will leave. If I get hit with one more thing, if I see one more thing on this stage, I'm leaving. Don't hit me.
So then, somebody throws a water bottle and it hits him in the face.
Oh.
And then he's like, F you guys. And he starts to walk off the stage. So he leaves. And then he doesn't come back.
Well.
Right? That's
there
what
you go.
happens. And then.
Anybody knows, though, if you're a performer and you're on stage, if anybody says, if you do that one more time.
Oh, everyone's
it's gonna
doing that
happen.
thing. Yes. So then Lil Durk comes out and performs as a rapper.
Oh,
Lil
okay.
Durk. He's got a song.
I don't know.
And guess who shows up on stage?
Who?
With Lil Durk.
Who?
Kanye West.
Excuse me?
No.
I just wanna feel liberated. I just wanna feel liberated.
Wait a second.
Kanye pulls out of Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi is named as a replacement. Kanye pops up on stage at the festival that he pulled out of. And also, to add insult to injury, that song that he was performing right there on the album, it features Kid Cudi.
Oh.
The same person who replaced him and who they have like a little bit of problems with each other.
Jeez, bro.
God.
His face.
No, this just seems like high school beef. This is like how teenagers would deal with their problems. Like, I drop out, you come in, I'm going to show up and perform the song that you were on. So,
anyway, that's what happened to Rolling Loud in Miami.
And here's another wrinkle. It should also be known that Kid Cudi and Pete Davidson are actually friends. Oh. Probably also why Kanye, the whole thing. Yeah.
Messy. Messy. I like that, though. I do. I like that. I like it. Come
He
on.
just loves the pettiness of everything.
Oh, please. You know me. I love that stuff.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Down at Comic-Con, they laid out everything that is happening in the MCU from the conclusion of Phase 4. So She-Hulk is part of Phase 4, right? And so they talked to Tatiana Maslany on the red carpet. She-Hulk, by the way, leans more comedy than it does sort of action. So it's in the world of MCU funny as opposed to anything else. But that doesn't mean that they're going to not take She-Hulk and put her in a different sort of world later on, right? Sure. So here's a little bit of Tatiana Maslany talking She-Hulk.
What was it about Jen and her transformation that interested you the most?
There's so much. The pilot episode was so unexpectedly human and funny, and that just immediately made me like, oh my God, this is just so new and fresh, and I'm so excited by this. But also for me, I find it so interesting to navigate what it is to move through the world with different bodies. So She-Hulk stands 6'7" and is this glamazon with perfect hair. And she's perceived incredibly differently than Jen Walters is, who is this incredible lawyer who has worked her ass off to get to where she is and is super intelligent, but she doesn't get any attention, any respect, in the body that she is. So it's I just find it really interesting territory, and the show does it in this really fun, funny way.
And Phase 4 will conclude with Black Panther Wakanda Forever on November 11th. Then we get into Phase 5, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. That's February 17th, 2023. Then you have Secret Invasion, which is Kobe Smulders and Sam Jackson. And then you have Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is May 5th, 2023. Then you have Echo. I don't know what that is. Summer 2023. There's nothing more on Echo other than it is a spinoff of Hawkeye. And then you got Loki Season 2. Then you got Blade, November 3rd, 2023. Then you have Ironheart. Ironheart, after her introduction in Black Panthers, Wakanda Forever, Riri Williams, Dominique Thorne will star in her own Disney Plus series. That's what we know. And then you have Agatha, Coven of Chaos, based around Agatha from Vision and WandaVision. Then you have Daredevil, Born Again in 2024. Then you have Captain America, New World Order. Then you have the MCU's version of Suicide Squad, which is Thunderbolts. Which is sort of like the, not heroes, but kind of like the villains, like the Florence Pugh character and Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character. They'll all be part of Thunderbolts, presumably, as the sort of villains who have to go and save the world. And Phase 6 is Fantastic Four, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret War. And Avengers Secret War is going to be a mix between people who live on Earth 1610 and Earth 616, and then the two multiverses happen, and both worlds wind up being destroyed, and then the people that are left live on a post-apocalyptic planet called Battle World, and so that is where Phase 6. I know, bro. I'm trying to make sense of all this.
I have a
English
headache.
here.
Okay,
This is so much to absorb.
So that concludes November 7th, 2025.
Mark the calendars, y'all.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I've been made fun of so many times on this show because I watch TV shows with subtitles on. Right? Mm-hmm. Let me read you this headline. Watching movies and TV shows with subtitles is more popular with...
Let me guess.
Yeah?
With seniors.
Incorrect. Younger audiences.
Oh, get out.
But that's
Younger
not you.
audiences. In a new survey, 50% of people said they use subtitles most of the time.
What?
50%. 70% of Gen Z respondents said that they use subtitles. 70%.
Not me.
Followed by 53% of millennials, 38% of Gen X, that's me, and 35% of baby boomers. So young people use subtitles more than old people.
Okay.
But old people do, right, Ross?
Yeah, but I'm part of the younger group because I watch everything. You stop it. Okay. I'm on the young wave here. Okay. I got my finger on the pulse of what the young people are doing.
Okay. Do you have to wear your readers while reading them?
No, I don't, Maury, because I only need those when I'm reading things up close. Thank you very much.
So I got a big screen TV at home.
But
so that font is like at 72.
I actually tried to make one of the fonts. One of the services that I have, the font is too small on the subtitles. I don't like it.
Oh, so you can't change the size?
I can't change the size.
So you move your chair closer to
so
the TV.
Stop it. Come on now. No, so they said some of the reasons why the younger generations are using subtitles more often is that they watch shows in public, so they don't turn the volume up as loud, or they watch them on their phone and they don't have headphones.
Yeah.
So literally they will use no volume and they will just do it. But also, younger people now are exposed to more shows from around the world. So they have now, like when I was growing up, did I ever watch a show where people had accents? Like maybe a James Bond movie every couple of years, somebody would have an accent.
Sure.
But now people are watching Peaky Blinders. They're watching Downton Abbey. They're watching all these shows where people have these thick accents, and it's very difficult for them to understand. Now, when it comes to those accents, who in Hollywood, who did they say was the actor that young people found the hardest to understand what he's saying?
Oh.
That's a great
Like
question.
Hugh Jackman, maybe?
No, Hugh Jackman not on the list. Sofia Vergara is on the list.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Caine is on the list too. Michael Caine is
Michael
not.
Caine?
Yeah.
No.
Johnny Depp is on the list.
Who's James Bond?
I don't know.
Who's James Bond?
Daniel Craig?
No,
Would he
Daniel
be on
Craig.
there?
No. Sean Connery though is on the list.
Oh,
Old school
yeah,
James
yeah,
Bond.
fair.
So the actor that they said was the most difficult to understand is Tom Hardy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
And
can see
so
that. Yeah.
Bane, I guess.
Yeah, but not even Bane, just in other stuff too, because he's got that other show Taboo that's on Netflix that I watched about an episode of and I couldn't stand it. It was too dark.
Because of his accent or no?
No, it's just the show's too dark. Like they need to put some lights in the right. You know what I mean? Like it's just
But you're reading the subtitles anyway,
I
so
know.
what do you care?
Well, because every scene is just black. I'm just reading. It's like I have
So-
my TV set to night
So you
mode.
need bigger fonts on
Yes.
television shows.
Yes.
And you need them to be brighter.
Thank you. Yes, I would appreciate that. So here's Tom Hardy talking about his own accent.
What is Tom Hardy's accent? Mellifluous, I'd say at best. It's a collage of places, people, things, feelings. It's irrelevant. If you understand me, that's all that matters. I think I'm bourgeois, middle class, posh, middle class twat. Really.
There you go.
Wow, damn.
Yeah, same.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jason Momoa involved in a head-on collision with a motorcycle in California. So Jason was in a car, and I guess what happened was he was coming around a bend, and the motorcycle was coming another way, and it crossed the line, and it hit the side of Jason's car. The driver flew off, hit the windshield, went over to the other side of the hood, and the guy landed on his feet.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a Hollywood stunt.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
And then what? Like brushed himself off and
then,
left?
No, and then like everybody showed, like the cops showed up, fire department showed up, everything else. But there was a guy on a bicycle who had one of those head cams on, like a GoPro on his, and he walked. He was cycling by Jason as Jason was walking back to his car from talking to the police, and you can see like the whole windshield on the one side of his car is smashed.
Damn.
Yeah, but the guy landed on his feet.
That's
apparently,
crazy. That is
right?
like crazy luck.
Or
No, I mean, I don't think the guy
They
is
were
like
taken to hospital, but everyone's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Just minor scratches and bruises.
Yeah, but he like bounced off the windshield of the car and landed on his feet.
That's nuts.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It was hot over the weekend, and
Sure was.
John Oliver on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Exactly, that's exactly what they did. So this is a montage that John Oliver put together of news anchors talking about how hot it was.
As hip-hop sensation Nelly once said, "It's hot in, so hot in here." But just how hot is it, Elizabeth?
Stop it. It's so hot outside. Carson, how hot is it?
It's so hot, I bought a loaf of bread, Chase, before I got home. It was toast.
It is so hot, I saw a dog chasing a cat, and they were both walking.
It's so hot yesterday, I saw the devil sitting by the AC.
How hot is it? I almost called my ex-girlfriend just so I could be around something shady.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, how hot is it?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lil Wayne mourning the death of the cop that saved his life. This was years ago. When Lil Wayne was 12 years old in New Orleans. The police officer was Robert Hubler, who Lil Wayne has been tight with for his entire adult life. This is Lil Wayne talking about the story of that day Officer Hubler saved his life.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. They knocked the door down. Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Do you not see this kid on the floor with this hole in his chest? Picked me up, brought me to the hospital, and stood there and waited till the doctor said he's gonna make it.
Right? Wow. Yeah. So I guess they had stayed in contact over the years, but Robert Hubler wound up passing away, and so that was Lil Wayne's tribute to him.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so Ryan Gosling doing a ton of press for the last couple weeks for Gray Man, and then all anybody wanted to talk to Ryan Gosling about was being Ken in the Ken and Barbie movie. Yeah. But they also were getting him to weigh in on the idea of him stepping into the MCU. Because it sort of makes sense. They need a big star. They need their moving into the sort of future of the MCU. They need their Robert Downey Jr., right? They need the guy who is going to sort of reboot the next thing because they don't really have that yet. Yeah. And Ryan Gosling seems like a fine fit. So everybody's like, hey, Ryan, who would you like to play? And this was an interview that Ryan did, and he had said this to MTV as well, but I'll play you this clip because it's a little bit more concise. This is an interview he did with, as you just mentioned, Keisha Shante for ET Canada on who Ryan would play if he was to get into the MCU.
So what superhero would you like to play if you could play anyone?
I mean, the one I always thought was the coolest was Ghost Rider.
Okay.
But I always felt like that was taken, you know? You know, but I wonder I just don't know what the waiting period is on that, you know? Obviously, you know, Ava's given it her blessing. She's cool, but, you know, there's I need the blessing from a lot of other people.
Yeah,
I need Kevin's, Nick Cage, the Marvel fans. There's a checklist that has to happen.
So, because Nick Cage was Ghost Rider, right? And Eva Mendes was in that movie, Ryan Gosling's wife, with Nick Cage.
I did not know that they were married.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't?
No,
yeah,
that's news to me.
Yeah, they got a baby and stuff together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Nick Cage
it was terrible.
Oh my God. I was like, no wonder they never tried to reboot. That Nick Cage version was horrendous.
Okay, so on the red carpet at Comic-Con, MTV asked Kevin Feige his thoughts on the idea of Ryan Gosling wanting to play Ghost Rider.
Ryan Gosling just told me he wants to play Ghost Rider. He actively.
When did he tell you that?
Just a week ago.
Hey man, Ryan wants to be Ghost Rider. What else? Who else?
Well, we know Norman Reedus. So what do you think?
Gosling's unbelievable. Boy, that's a bad omen.
That is a bad omen.
Oh, man. See? We're not supposed Ryan doesn't want us to talk about it.
He does want us to talk about it.
He does?
He actively said, I want to talk about it.
Ryan's amazing. I'd love to find a place for him in the MCU. He's dressed up as Ken on Venice Beach and gets more press than a giant movie's coming out that weekend. It's amazing.
I don't know.
Right?
A hot Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
I'm here for it. That sounds
Look
like
at
a good
Deepa.
idea.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Deepa's like, yo, Ghost Rider's like my favorite superhero.
Have you seen what Ghost Rider
favorite of
looks
all
like
time.
when he's not looking hot though?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know if it fits because I want to see his face. Like, I don't want his head on fire for half the movie.
Right.
I'd be like, ugh. So
Yeah,
I
like-
prefer Ryan and
Okay,
all Ryan
what
form.
if it were the skull, the flaming skull, right, as Ghost Rider, and he's on that motorcycle with a leather jacket, Deepa, but no shirt. So you see chest and abs.
Yeah, but they're all burned up too. Like I don't know who could cast Ryan Gosling in a movie and then say, okay, great guys, we got Ryan. He's gonna do Ghost Rider, right? And then you're like, we got Ryan Gosling. Okay, cool. Now put him in that suit so we can rip off all the skin and set his skull on fire.
I'm gonna button up his
Right,
chest.
yeah, like who? You can't do that. Like you can't put Ryan Gosling in a movie and
I know, you can't have a hot Ghost Rider.
No. But anyway, I mean, Kevin Feige seems very much into it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Nick Cannon and how do you say Brie Tiesi had their baby. That is Nick Cannon's 8th child was born. They announced on YouTube.
Man, I saw
on
the
Monday.
pictures that she posted.
Yeah,
Nick Cannon already looks tired.
yeah, bro. He's got a lot of kids under 3, right?
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
He's got like a whole group
Like
of them.
6.
Yeah, he's got a lot of babies. I don't
Nick.
know, man. That is that's rough. That's a lot of kids. That's a lot.
Christmas is gonna be stretched out over days this year.
Yeah.
What do you do in that case? Just everybody gets a gift card? Like that's a lot of shopping to do.
Well, I don't think that you can though. I don't think if you have eight babies with all these different moms, I don't think you can be the gift card dad when you're Nick Cannon.
But every single,
I think you have to make them all feel special.
Every single gift has to be top notch.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Of them.
And then there's no. I bought this for you and your brother.
Yeah, oh,
you know
no,
what
no.
I mean? Like
That's-
there's none of those.
We're talking 8 individual gifts.
Yes,
that are
yeah.
all 8 different things.
Yeah.
Then maybe just go with cash.
Right. See, Maury, you're the only child in the group here, right?
Well, not in theory.
What do you mean?
I have Daniel and Kyle.
No. But they're from a different marriage when you were already grown.
True, I could be their parent.
Right.
yes.
Like when you were, that's a weird thing to say, man. Why don't you just say the age difference instead of saying I could also be their dad? Me and my dad could be their dads.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest way to say that. Why would you say it like that?
I conversed with them on this. Like, I am old enough to be both their fathers.
That's super weird, though.
Yo, if I had an older brother that said that,
Yeah.
like, man, I can't hang with you no more.
Yeah, no, that's too weird. So you never, though, Maury, growing up, you never got that gift that was meant for you and your sibling, right?
No, it was all.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you and your brother are only 3 years apart.
Right.
What was the gift? Can you remember?
Oh, yeah. It was like when we got the Commodore 64, like a video game thing, or he would get one of one thing and I would get one of the other, but we were expected to like swap back
Share?
and forth and share.
But never clothes, right?
And all
Like,
this stuff.
there's this one sweater that you guys can like alternate.
No, we never got like a piece of clothing to share, right? But I
got
would
a piece
get
of clothing to share with my dad once for Christmas.
I would get his hand-me-downs.
Yeah. That's
right?
pretty common though.
Yeah, but I think that that's like totally and completely normal, right?
Yeah.
But no. We never got. Did we get clothes? No, like my mom never gave us one jacket.
Yeah.
And was like, here, guys.
Did your mom, when you guys were growing up, ever try to dress you the same?
Yes.
Is there photos?
Yes.
Can you remember what the
Yeah,
outfit was?
it was always pajamas, or it was. I have some. We would wear like the same T-shirts.
Yeah.
That all the time.
Uh-huh.
I have so many pictures of us wearing the exact same jeans, exact same T-shirts, and exact same ball caps.
Yeah, meanwhile you're 3 years
Right?
apart.
We're 3. I know.
Yo, you know what though?
right?
My mom did that with my sisters, Laura and Lisa.
Yeah.
Right?
Dress them the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Catherine and Roxy do that.
Do
They dress the same all the time.
I do that with Matthew.
Yeah. Yeah. All the time. All the time. They love it.
Yeah.
They
like
love
intentionally.
it. Intentionally.
They'll go to the store and like buy the same thing.
Yes. Yeah.
It's great for Christmas cards.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you and Matthew wear that's the same?
Pajamas.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pajamas.
I mean, we share shirts, but pajamas we.
But you don't
purposely buy
have
the
you
same.
don't have going out at nighttime matching outfits though.
No. It's pajamas that we purposely buy.
Right. So you
He's
guys,
like, no, that would be weird.
the same turtleneck.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's Welcome Back Buck Day as well. Buck Martinez makes his return to the broadcast booth today following the completion of his cancer treatment. If you remember, it was back in April when Buck told fans and people who have just, loved the guy forever when he made this announcement.
The Blue Jays, Rogers, everybody has been so supportive. I've got a wonderful crew to work with here, folks, and I'm going to go away for a while. I've got cancer, and I have to address that, obviously, but you know what? You're going to be in good hands with Dan and Pat and Scotty, and everybody's going to take good care of you. But you know what? I came here in 1981. Thought I'd be here for a year or two, and here we are. It's 2022. But my wife, Arlene, has been very supportive, and we're all positive, and we feel very confident. We'll be back here for the pennant race. So let's play some baseball and have a good rest of the summer, folks.
There you go. So,
man, we miss that voice.
Yeah, Buck
Welcome
has
back, Buck.
completed his cancer treatment, and he'll be back in the broadcast booth this evening. What are they going for? Win number what? 7 in a row? Is that what it is tonight? If they win, something like that?
Let me see here. So we got... Oh, man, I'm looking back at Friday's.
Friday's game?
Oh, that's just terrible. 28-5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
That should count as a couple
4,
wins.
5, 6. So this will be their 7th if
good
they win
job.
tonight against St. Louis. Go Jays, go. Game time is at 7 o'clock, by the way.
I like that a lot.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.